The D and Davis Show.
D and Davis, the show. We are back in the heezy.
Yes.
That's
yes.
dated as AF.
That's all right.
All right.
Show your age a little bit.
We definitely have. We got some baseball we're gonna get into later. We're gonna talk about a Bears victory.
Bear down
Over the Lions and their fourth string quarterback who did his dizzle.
Meow meow.
Isn't he third?
Third string.
Because Driscoll's number 2.
Driscoll's number 2.
Okay. They only had to
Quit trying to make the Bears' victory worse.
Yeah, man. I'm confusing it with Duck and Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, yeah. Duck is a 4th string.
Duck was their fourth string. Anyway, we are back. Last time you heard us, we were hosting for Les Grobstein on 6-7 to score that morning of Thanksgiving.
The Grobber.
If you listen to us, we definitely appreciate it. Look forward to hosting next month, perhaps. So stay tuned. I'll be on Sports Feed this Sunday.
Yeah.
After your jam.
So tune in for that. Shout out to Afia and the Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely fun times.
We're getting our faces out there, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Faces and voices out
and that's
there.
Always from our appreciation from you people that let us spend times in your head because you don't have to.
That's right.
My name is Kenneth Davis. You heard his voice. His name is
D Demonspero. What's going on, everybody? Hey, make sure you follow us on Twitter at D and Davis Show. Once again, it's at D and Davis Show. That's Twitter and Instagram. We're on, Facebook.com/D and Davis Show. iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Music, Stitcher, the TuneIn app. We're on Anchor. We'll kick you over to Spotify and the YouTube. I'm on Twitter at Demons1, DEMONZE1. Ken's on Twitter at That's Davis. Executive producer of the D and Davis Show and D and Davis The Flip. Ryan Bukoveski. Ryan's on Twitter at Ryan B. Ski.
So listen.
Oh, and IG is Ryan B. Ski 1. Right?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to put that out there too. I'm sorry.
Can't get it. Somebody had it already.
I think someone had it already.
So you got to put that bread on them or put your mouth on them.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't want Facebook having more info on me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Good point. All right, guys, let's go off top.
Off the top.
Off top?
Let me go with mine first.
Go ahead.
I got this off of 670 this morning from Bernstein at midnight. Cardinals player Josh Shaw, who got popped and is out at least for a year, but indefinitely.
I think it's 2.
I think he can get reinstated after the 2020 season. So after next year in 2021, he can opt for that spring when the new year comes. He can opt. Come to find out that Caesars, this cat listed what his job was as an NFL player.
They asked for your profession.
Yes.
when you sign up for this.
He was betting on games and Cardinals games.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Man, shout out to Josh Shaw.
And he bet on them to lose.
Yes.
In a 3-team parlay.
I bumped with you, Pete Rose.
How long?
And he's bet multiple times before.
But how hard is it to bet against the Cardinals? Like, if you were going in there, wouldn't you? Look, let me ask you, wouldn't it raise more eyebrows if you went in there like, we gonna win? People would be like, what the hell does he know? Right?
Let me let y'all know something. We feeling good this week. What is he talking about?
Exactly.
How many games is suspended?
He's out all from the remainder of this year. If he
and I think
all of next year
potentially,
he can't be reinstated. He can't opt for reinstatement to spring of 2021.
Yeah,
when the new NFL year begins.
And did you hear what he did? What happened to him in college too?
What did he do in college?
He
shaved
points. I think he was with USC. No, completely different from gambling. He had some kind of incident. I forgot exactly what happened, but he said, he injured himself. He said he had to jump from like a second story.
That was him?
Yeah.
Oh,
they said it was like the kid.
Yep.
Yeah,
but instead it was running from the cops.
Did we talk about that story?
Yeah, years ago.
Wow.
So he had doubled down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. He deserves everything he's getting. He just won't learn, huh? Let me just stop this match.
He's a habitual line stepper.
Thank you, D. But that's my off top.
Wow. My off top is a little baseball. Bring it here to Chicago. Well, Mr. Cole Hamill said that he would like to pitch on the White Sox. He was on the NBC Sports Chicago's White Sox podcast, and
that's really deliberate.
I mean, hey, yes,
you get me on the Sox
get
podcast.
Me on the podcast. Hey guys, I heard you need some left-hand pitching.
I don't want to move.
You need a veteran, and I'm sure I can come in and be a service to you all. So My thing is, and I brought this up earlier. Ken was like, "Man, listen, he just don't want to move." Do I think he'll be a good fit? Yeah, I think he'll be a good fit. He's a good veteran. He's a left-hand pitcher. He'll give you something. Last year, Ryan, you're the diehard Cubs fan. How was his? In your assessment, how was his season last year? Up and down a little bit.
Yeah,
he was
mixed
out.
bag.
He was out sometime.
I mean, he was injured first of all for a big chunk of the year, and he was pitching. He was pitching all right until he got injured, and then he was never the same when he came back from that injury, and just was really bad. So he seems like a guy that you can get maybe a half a season of really good stuff, but then it's going to come back all the way.
So if
around.
anything, what Ryan's trying to tell everybody is that he's a fifth starter on a starting rotation.
Well, he get
at best.
At best,
he would be the fourth starter because I think.
You talking about for White Sox?
Well, I'm saying for a good championship,
For a good championship team, he'll be a fifth
Ronaldo
starter
still
at
be
best.
fifth. But the point, what you're saying, Carlos Rodon comes back in July.
I still think he'll be a fifth starter here.
I don't know if he's. I think it depends on.
You have Kopech, you have Dylan Cease, you have Giolito.
Think about they're gonna break him,
and you have I think Rodon could not Rodon. Ronaldo could be your
I think Ronaldo's
four. I think he'd be your four.
And you probably are going to
second half of the
sign.
season.
You're probably going to sign a starting pitcher.
Well, we hope so.
Probably.
Wait,
We hope so.
but what you just said means that Cole Hamel isn't a starting pitcher. Because you just said we're gonna.
I guess more so somebody that's really going to matter in a rotation.
Yeah.
Cole Hamels, I think, is kind of that versatile. You know, you can get some stretch innings. Maybe he can come out of the bullpen because he did a little bit of that for the Cubs before last season when they got eliminated in that.
Clubhouse wise, how was he?
He was
I think he was a
beloved.
good club.
Yeah, he was beloved by them. They liked him.
One of the reasons if you're going to break, because that'd be two left. Is rumored the Sox may be in the Zach Wheeler Derby with the Rangers, the Twins, the Reds, I believe, and I think it's one other team.
But there's two guys out there who they should really be talking to.
All right, so this is the thing. I saw Shane Reardon from The Score, and he was like, Chicago should demand Garrett Cole or Strasburg. I totally agree with that.
I totally agree with Shane, which I don't do that all the time.
This is the thing.
Shout out to Shane.
They're not getting Garrett Cole because Garrett Cole,
shot.
Yeah, Garrett Cole is going to want to go one back. He's from out west, correct? I think he's from out west.
Yeah, I think
that's
he's
why
from
people have him going to San
California.
Diego and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's from out west.
I'll look it up.
So Garrett Cole.
And I think he wants to be Hollywood,
That's what
whether
I'm
it's
saying.
East Coast or West Coast.
I mean, when you're at the level that he's at right now, being the biggest free agent impact pitcher and probably the highest paid since David Price, you're gonna want your legacy. If money isn't a thing, I'm not saying it's not a thing, but if it's $10 million or whatever, right?
Yeah, he's from Newport Beach.
Scott Boras is his agent, so he may want to get the most money. But I don't think he's going to come here. And
I don't think he's coming to the Midwest.
I'll tell you this: I really don't believe in paying pitchers that assortment amount of money. Like,
All right, Lil Ronsdorf.
it's just I don't think you get the value back with a 200, with a David Price, a 220, 250. I don't really think you get that value.
Hey, David Price won. The Red Sox was part of that World Series championship. They got their money out of it.
Correct. But prior to that, he had almost been a failure as a Red Sox. He had been off and on.
Yeah.
He's getting into it with Dennis Eckersley. You know I love Dennis Eckersley's mustache. That's disrespectful. So to me, I don't think you get that value back. I'd rather still get an elite pitcher or the B pitcher and then go for it, especially when, and again, our ace pitchers are supposed to be coming. So for me, if you were going to get Garrett Cole,
Give me more aces. I want a royal flush.
Strasburg, I don't think Strasburg is going to stay healthy. So I don't even want to
See, that's that. I agree with that.
tap.
Why
with
don't
that
you
one.
think Strauss is going to stay healthy?
He's dog? I hate how we do. He's a pitcher. First of all, nowadays they rarely stay, and he's
had the Tommy John though.
He's an injury-prone pitcher. So I'm good. And so this last year, you can look at it from a year and a half ago. Strasburg has been playing up to get this contract. He settled for that deal he got 4 or 5 years ago because that was looked at with his his history being injury prone at that time, that, okay, this may be his biggest payday. I think that was like $166 million. This may be his biggest payday. Now he's like, listen, I can get more than that because he should get more than that. I don't know if he's going to get more than 210, if that. But he's like, I can go out and give me some cash. I don't want any parts of that one, dog. I don't. Because, and I'll tell you this, and you're right, but the Sox and any team can, with their internet and television money, go out and sign who they want.
They can sign. The White Sox have money.
The problem's
not money, money.
The problem's going to be that's going to be used as some type of constraint as far as why we had this bad Strasburg sign and if only we could. It's going to sound like Derrick Rose. Man, if Derrick didn't get hurt. So me personally, I'm good with the Wheeler sign.
No, I understand where you're coming from as far as with the Strasburg because you don't want to get burned, and he like you said before, he's an injury laden pitcher. My only thing is why I said I do agree with Shane Reardon at 670 score.
This ain't bad.
Reason why I said I do agree with him
That's a
is because
right there.
I don't know what it is, just tequila.
Go get the bottle, Ryan.
Only reason why I say I do agree with him is the point of White Sox fans should demand that the White Sox organization go after these top freight pitchers or free agents because we know you have, as I said, the money. You have the money. So it's no reason why you can't. And also too, I think a lot of people, a lot of players understand and see what the White Sox have. That farm system is nice.
You doing something different with your beard?
No. What's wrong?
It's not as kinky.
I do. You want me to go get it? I got some.
Touch of gray?
No. Well, I don't know. You know what? The ladies tell me to leave the gray in. I was going to color it. But they said,
you got to leave some.
Said, no, leave the gray in. Look good on you. I said, all right now, lady.
It's like that commercial says. This says youth. This says experience. Now get both.
A little bit of both. No, I got some beard palm and a little bit of detangler and a beard wash. I've been doing it for a while. You just not noticing?
It takes a minute to train it, brother.
Oh, Lord.
You got it trained. Look at him.
Look at these fellas. Look at these fellas.
Look at me now.
You got more patience.
Excuse me. But no, I think that White Sox fans should demand that the team go after the top free agents.
But do you think it's more so just spending money? I wouldn't want. I don't know if I'd want Strasburg.
I ain't saying go spend on anything now. You say you don't want both of them?
You're going to have to. That's the thing.
I want the White Sox to spend. If they got Wheeler and let's say an outfielder or a really bona fide DH, Jock Peterson, maybe.
I even go with Nicky. I'll go with Nick Castellanos.
Right.
Yeah,
Castellanos.
I think we got a DH already. It's called whichever guy's not behind the backstop.
Well, to me, I don't know why. They love Jose Abreu. And I don't know why.
He's not leaving first right now.
But this is the thing, though.
Even though he may shit.
This is the thing, though. They want him in there, and I understand it because, as we've been saying for years, he's that pipeline down
he's
there
a leader.
for Cuban. Yeah. He is a leader. They don't want him to go. So you know what you say? All right, fine. We know these young kids that we have coming up adore and idolize this dude is worth the money to go ahead and just pay him.
Sure.
Did they overpay him? Of course they overpaid him. But sometimes that's what you got to do. He's their guy. He's the new Paul Konerko.
Yes.
He's that.
Listen, his glove isn't as good as Paulie's, but his bat is.
Yes, it is. He just drew in like 120 RBIs or something like that.
I don't believe in RBIs anymore. I'm with you though. Keep saying that.
I believe in him.
But yeah, I mean, and that's with a team that doesn't walk with a lot.
Yeah.
So no, again, I can see new executive producer of the Lawrence Holmes show, Herbie. He's been
Herb Lawrence.
Herb Lawrence has been rallying to get rid of Abreu, and I get it. You want the Sox to detach themselves, but getting what you were saying, let's be realist. They're not winning probably the World Series next year.
No.
Chances are
possible. Anything is possible, but no.
It's baseball. But you know what? You probably put it like this: if they're hot next year, chances are they'll be like the Twins.
But you want for sure playoff competition.
I'll take that.
You want this window
to start.
Yeah, you want to start. You want to strengthen and infuse this window.
That's why I say.
But that's this off season.
You go after the top free agents. You go after the top free agents.
Okay, but look,
get your John Lester to get bona fide window open. Let's go.
And push everybody down.
Who else?
Giolito is not a number one. I'm sorry. I don't have faith in him being a number one. He is a number two for sure. Get you a number one.
Even if he is a number one,
anybody
you need more.
Would be number one,
huh?
Any of these guys they signed is number one in this.
That's what I'm saying. Do it.
But I mean, even with Zach Wheeler, he's going to be number one. He's going to be number one. Who's better than him?
Okay. What you saying, right?
I'm just saying you got to have more than one. We saw with the Nationals. They did it with like basically 3 or 4 pitchers, but they were the right guys.
Yeah.
Guys that can go, give you a bunch of innings, and really dominate a game.
And also, too, we see Cease. Didn't Cease have Tommy John? No, who had Tommy John?
Yeah, Dylan Cease has had it, I believe.
Cease and Kopech has had Tommy. Dunning, too. Who's probably, I don't know if Dunning's going to be up this season. Yeah, I don't know if, that's true, Ryan. I don't know if Dunning's going to be up this season.
How many of them going to be straight? That's the thing
Well,
to me.
that's all the question.
You got 3 Tommy Johns. We're like, everybody's gonna be this all right and give us 180.
Oh, that's why you gotta sign, baby, sign when it comes to free agent pitchers. Just get a bunch.
That's
deep in that rotation.
That's what I'm saying.
Because as long as 2 of those guys are 3 and 4s, or maybe a 2 and a 3, you're golden.
I can go with a B-rate outfielder. I'm fine with that. Give me a stud pitcher, because that's what win. Pitching wins.
Well, and the White Sox should know firsthand. There's a lot of injuries that come with pitching.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to have a lot of guys so that you can hope that a few just happen to beat the curb, and then maybe you lose out on a couple guys because, hey, you just lose out on injuries when it comes to pitchers.
Right.
And then for my off the top, I wanted to do a little bit of Cubs. Of course, we could work in the White Sox.
Yeah.
Cubs are, I guess, aggressive and pushing for free trades. I just saw another update that supposedly they're being aggressive and Bryant Rizzo Contreras might be available. So even the Riz might be available on top of it.
What did I say when they hired the mans out the booth? Hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and break this down. We need you to do us a solid. Go ahead and man this ship for us for these next couple of seasons. Go ahead and do us a solid. Give us a Ventura. Give us a Robin Ventura. Although the White Sox never rebounded. But give us a Robin Ventura out of you. Come on, homeboy. That's what I said before, man. They was going to bust this thing down.
They had to.
They was going to bust it down.
Well, it's good to hear that, though, right?
Full-on bust
Man,
down.
they busted it down.
Well, they're looking to, define bust down. They're not going to get rid of everything and demolish and redo, but they want to take a good section of the core.
They want to do a quick. They want to reload.
Yes,
That's what they're trying to do.
but closer to
They're not trying
rebuild.
to rebuild.
Reloading in baseball is not the same as reloading in other sports.
Yeah, but
because if you go out, you talking about you getting you top flight.
You know who reload?
If you talking about getting top flight farm hands, as we just said before, you brought this up, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
We got to make sure these kids actually work out. You don't always hit on farm hands on minor league players. Reload is what the Yankees used to do.
Well,
we got
it's
the
also
money.
what
We
the
gonna go
Boston-
ahead and sign
what
everybody.
Boston is what Red Sox have done. You know who also is reloaded and they haven't had that type of money? You can say it's what the Rays have done. Like, you can reload. These people that have really good management, you can reload in baseball. You just got to hit on those picks that you move that star out for.
But that's my whole thing, though. You never know. You know what you have in starters. You know what you have in major league players. You don't know what you have with minor league players until like maybe a season or two in their careers. But as I said before, I saw it coming a mile away.
And then supposedly they want Castellanos. They're on ongoing talks trying to figure out a way to keep him. I really want to see that. I mean, you gotta. This is my problem with the Cubs right now. You gotta kind of pick a crossroad a little bit, because unless Theo is coming back for another rendezvous, there's a lot of people that think he's going to leave after he's done with his contract. If you're Tom Ricketts, you got to just be like, all right, we lost out on Hayward. We got to just pay that money and just forget about him and go get Castellanos. Like, I know you're going to pay and you're going to lose, but you got to just do that.
How many years is left on Jason's
I think he's
contract?
got 4 more years, potentially.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I think it's an 8-year deal, and it's been 4 so far.
At least 3?
Because he had that opt-out slick early because he thought it was
And
gonna be
all the
balling.
opt-outs are for him.
Yeah. He thought
There's
it was
no
gonna be balling.
club option.
Shout out to his agent.
Well, I remember when he was hot.
He was
Well,
hot.
they gave him a bunch because they couldn't offer the same amount of money as the Cardinals. So they gave him like these opt-ins and all this other stuff because that was the thing that was going to push it over the top. Yeah, he's got 4 more years.
Ooh, challenge. Shout out to his agent.
So you just got to pay that, and you got to keep Castellanos, because you can't keep trotting out Hayward expecting that bat to come alive. It's not going to come. He might give you a stretch or two, a couple hot months, but that's it.
Man.
That's it.
They got a guy manning the ship that ain't never managed a day in his life. Hell yeah, they're breaking that thing down. What y'all want? What y'all? What you gonna give me for all these guys? You can't have Javi because the ladies love Javi, and Javi. What is it? What do the biggest call him? El Mago.
On top of it,
can't have El
he's
Mago.
the most affordable, because you're not going to sign Bryant because he's Scott Boras.
Maybe they'll be able to go ahead and go to Javi and say, "Hey, let's go ahead and do an extension."
I think that they've already had talks. With
you're our Cub. You're a Mr. Cub right now.
Why not?
Yeah,
you can't lose it. I mean, at least with Javi, that bat's always going to be a problem, but he's going to give you power, a tremendous glove, and great base running.
How much y'all think Chris Bryant gonna get on the free market?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not Harper.
If he doesn't get hurt, he's
going to be around Harper because the bar elevates.
4 for Chris Bryant?
No, he won't get 4.
No. I'm not saying he's getting more. He'll probably get around the same, but that's less.
Didn't Bryce Harper get like 350?
No, I think he was like a little bit over 300.
Okay.
A little bit north of.
So we talking about 275?
Yeah.
But I'm saying if he got the same deal, if he got the same exact deal, that's less than Harper because the bar has already been set and he's not extending the bar. So if you're at the same spot, you're actually getting less.
And he's a free agent next year, right?
But he doesn't bring in the
potentially. That's still the other part.
That's still,
because he's in court with his grievance.
He doesn't bring in.
He's probably going to lose that, so he probably will be too. Yeah.
What'd you say?
He doesn't bring in the money that Harper brings.
He's not as superstar-ish.
He's not. But he's a damn.
But that
good
could
player.
change if you have 2 years of staying healthy. He could get up to that level.
I would take him in a heartbeat. You say what? If it was a fifth?
If it was a fifth, we'd be in the mud too.
Hey, listen. If I don't know what the White Sox are plans of the season after next. Mm-hmm. I would try to see if I could try to go ahead and keep him in Chicago. I'll put Chris Harper.
He's great.
Chris Harper. I'm combining the two. Chris Bryant.
He's a great player.
I'll put him in third. I'll put him in left. You play outfield too.
How about right?
Or right.
No.
Absolutely. Why not?
I mean, timeline, it matches up with when they would have to pay the rest of these cats. So I'm with you. But I got a feeling he get to the south side, he just gonna stop.
Man, I don't know, man.
What?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Put him in right field.
Guys, I'm joking.
Put him in right field. Man, could you imagine an outfield of Bryant, Lou Bob, and who would be in
who's your left
Who's
fielder?
my left fielder? Who I put in left field?
I mean, you could put a lot of guys there.
You can put a lot of guys in left.
Where you gonna play Eloy?
Yeah, Eloy. There you go.
No, listen, let me tell you something about Eloy, man. I don't know if Eloy is. You think Eloy's a bona fide outfielder for sure?
No, but you probably have to suffer with that for a little bit. You got too many first basemen and DHs.
I'll be fine with that. Go out there and play, boy.
Hey, Soriano, just go out there.
Yeah.
Kyle Schwarber. If you keep hitting home runs, it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But even getting back,
that'd be a sweet outfield.
Talking about
all right, relax.
Signing pitchers. And you use a contrast, Ryan, about he could be someone being your John Lester. But even that year with John Lester, he wasn't the number one pitcher on the market.
Well, it was more so
they knew him. Though.
I don't care about the number one on the market.
Yeah, that's what. But
it's about adding. The rotation was set.
Yeah. But that year Max Scherzer was on him because I'm using that to Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
Garrett Cole.
But I don't think the White Sox should sign either of those guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Garrett Cole is the Max Scherzer, and again, if I was back then, I would definitely want to sign Max Scherzer. Let's not forget. Crazy point. Let's not forget. The Tigers actually.
Well, there was a little bit of a gamble in that.
Yeah, the Tigers actually felt like they made a mistake by re-signing Verlander because I think they had Porcello some money.
Uh-huh.
They couldn't sign Scherzer, but then come to find out, Verlander actually came back. Spin it, but still, for me, I don't want, and I know this is going to sound ignorant. I'm good not getting the Max Scherzer from this offseason because I don't think he wants to come here, and I feel like that's going to hinder this team. I'd rather have, to be honest with you, an extra $150 million on deck.
Yeah, get Zach Wheeler, who's your John Lester.
Somebody that's going every 5 days. Let me finish. Even if we look at the Houston's team, they had like 3 other aces on that bad boy.
Oh yeah, they did.
It's just like, who give me the one guy? Even when you see and I know he had Greinke, he had what's his name, Wood, that used to pitch for the Cubs. I know that
they even let Charlie Morton go, who's the ace of the Royals.
But when you look at Clayton Kershaw, how many years was it they just had Clayton Kershaw? And then basically when it got to big time games, he's tired. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather fill out the roster. And I know this is just going from recency bias. Look, when we won it, the White Sox won it rather, None of, I still say Freddie was, but most of those guys weren't supreme aces at that time. Coming from Seattle, Freddie was an ace, but most of those guys weren't aces. And man, they held it down. You give me 5 B guys, let's go. We can do. Give me 4 rather. Because the 5th guy ain't pitching.
So going back to this is a Cubs thing. So going back to the Cubs, who do we expect that's possibly going to get moved?
I think it's like Contreras, Rizzo, and Bryant hold the most value after Javi, because I think Javi is not a part of this. I think they see shortstop. Let's take care of shortstop. If we lose Rizzo, yeah, we lose a great leader, but he's a first baseman. It's not necessarily the hardest thing to fill to get his type of numbers, especially when Rizzo didn't really have a great year last year.
No, he didn't.
So you got to keep your shortstop. You got to keep your defense, your base running, all that, blah. After that, you got Contreras, you got Rizzo, and
Schwarber? What can you get for Schwarber?
Maybe, but maybe you want to keep Schwarber because he was one of your best bats. I mean, that's the thing with the Cubs. You have to evaluate who of these guys are going to project nicely forward, because you can't trade away everybody. You can only trade away a few guys, bring in a few guys, and you're hoping that those new guys with what you already have create an offense. It's not going to be, hey, let's plow everything over and bring in a brand new starting 9. That's not going to happen. So you got to figure out which guys. Is Schwarber a guy that's maybe an average defender? Maybe you can put him to first base, especially if you move Rizzo, and then you don't worry about his defense as much, and he just goes and clubs 40 home runs for you.
I like that.
All right. Nothing wrong with that.
You know he going to suck on first.
One more off the top, and maybe this goes with suckage. I don't know. Ron Rivera, let go. He had a solid year, or a solid career, I should say, in Carolina.
Yes.
I'm good off solid.
8 years, 8 seasons, 9 seasons?
Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah.
All on Cam's back.
Yeah. I mean, the defense was
Literally.
solid, but not good enough.
And his shoulders.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
As far as what?
You're talking about him coming here?
No. Just talking about Ron
career
Rivera.
overall?
I mean,
Yeah.
I think he should be on
I think it's over as a head coach.
Oh, no.
I don't think that.
No?
No, I don't think so. No.
Because out of the guys that are going to be up, to be honest with you, know where he should go? They should sign him, because I told y'all this dude was worthless.
Ooh.
They should sign him in Cleveland.
Oh, Fredo. No, they're going to pick somebody for Baker.
Yeah, what did that get you?
Well, they're going to.
Freddie.
They're going to keep going.
They
with
need
Baker.
somebody to come and stabilize that joint. So I'm telling, like, to me, because think about it, with Jason Garrett, like, who are the guys that are out there that you're
Jason
like,
Garrett is definitely.
you're
done
like,
that.
ooh, bring me him. Like, Ron Rivera's good dog. You want to put some money on Ron Rivera not being head coach again?
No.
Oh, he's definitely going to be a head coach
I'm
again.
feeling froggy.
I think he'll be a head coach.
Put that 20 bones on it. Right?
I like Ron Rivera a lot.
Step out on it.
No. No.
Ponytail Jesus.
If you want to do Jason Garrett, I'll step out on that one. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Switch it up. You
Because
just had a
I
hot
never.
take.
No.
Did you have a hot take and say that Ron Rivera
Can I
wasn't gonna
clarify
get a
or
job?
not?
Please,
Can I clarify?
Go ahead.
I don't think he will get another job because the way the league's going, but it would make sense because he is a good leader. He had success. But look at Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Is someone banging down the door
it's
for
totally
him?
different.
Oh.
Tell you
Mike
what.
McCarthy lived off the success of his quarterback. So
Okay,
did Ron.
but Mike McCarthy's side of the ball was offense.
Yeah.
So at least with Ron Rivera, people can say, because even if you look
What's
at it,
that great defense that you remember of Ron Rivera's?
no, Carolina has had top 10 defenses at
Listen,
least.
they've been in the playoffs quite a few years.
But I'm saying, no, that defense was back this year. Carolina has kept a good defense.
Carolina's been in the play. I think Ron Rivera made it to the playoffs more than Lovie Smith, didn't he?
Oh,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, he had Cam Newton the whole time.
Hey, listen, I mean, that's any coach.
But I'm point still going what you're saying. Cam Newton didn't run Ron Rivera out of town.
No.
Aaron Rodgers did. So Aaron Rodgers, in a certain way, diminished Mike McCarthy because he was saying that he's not smart enough to coach me. So, but we're not getting that from Ron Rivera.
But
so
see,
I don't think
the same thing with Ron Rivera is I don't like if you're going to go with a defensive guy. I don't think you're going to go with Ron. You're going to go with the guy from San Francisco. You're going to go with some of the new younger ones.
No. This is the thing. After you get the guy from San Francisco who's out there.
But that's if you're going defense.
And then let's even say this. If you're going defense, and of course, when we're talking offense, the young upstart offensive coordinator is the vogue. But if you decide basically, I don't care which side of the ball he's good at, Ron Rivera's at the top of the list because he at least has experience. So I mean, Ron
Yeah,
Rivera,
he could possibly get there.
Ron Rivera's going to get another head coach.
Been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's going to get another head coach.
Look, a team like the Titans, if they let go of Vrabel,
They're not letting go of.
I know they're
No,
not.
no,
They're
no.
not.
Yeah, they're
But
not.
if they did, Ron Rivera would make a lot of sense for them.
Yeah, but they're
no
not.
big marketplace or young quarterback
but
or
even if
upstart
but
quarterback is
even
going
if
to
you
take
think
Ron
about it,
Rivera.
Flores got the job down. As far as I know, that's still young, but in that Miami,
But again, yeah, the young
I
defensive
get, but
coordinator.
that's also because he was connected to Belichick.
Right.
But I think is what I'm saying is that Ron Rivera's resume is good enough to where he'll get his second chance.
Maybe.
Because let's also forget, it took him a long time to get his first chance.
That's what I'm saying. Wouldn't you think it
people
might take a
like- I
while
think
to get a
people-
second?
I'll tell you this too. I think people like him, and I also think the NFL, they probably don't want him to be out. You probably want to have a Latinx a head coach in your league. So
But we know the NFL's racist.
you said it. So I could still see. I think Ron Rivera's gonna get another. He's gonna get another chance for sure to head coach. I don't think unless
It's not
I'll
for
tell you
sure
this.
to me.
I don't think really unless if he probably will do this. He may take a year off to reboot.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
But
All these
I'll tell you
defensive
this,
old vets.
He could jump right back in and pull a John Fox, and probably John Fox should have decompressed, but he knew he may not get that money the Bears was out offering him outside of what happened with him and John Elway. I think Ron Rivera has a lot of opportunities coming to him to come back into the league.
But see, when I see Ron Rivera as a head coach again, I think it's a specific situation that works out. He is not going to be just a default top candidate to me. Just
think
if you have any quarterback, any position where your
he's
team's
a top
at.
5 candidate from the available coaches that are coming onto the market this season.
If it's no hot offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator coming out, that's what I'm about to
And that's been hurting.
That's
though.
what I was about to say.
Think about that. That Sean McVay thing.
Yeah,
it's not as good as what it was a year ago.
If you don't have that, I think he's going to be up there.
Dude, that Sean McVay thing ain't popping like it was. Where it's like get that new. People are going to reevaluate that now. Like, you know what?
And then they come. They
Jared
play
Goff.
Then they play Denver. They played Denver in the Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
And it kind of came down to what the last couple of minutes.
No, it was
Denver.
Yeah,
No,
Denver
it was close. It was a close.
It wasn't that close.
And pounding.
Wait a minute,
Cam.
hold on. What was the final score of that game? Wasn't that a close Super Bowl?
It was the only reason you say it's close is because Peyton Manning was QB in it.
Yeah.
It wasn't close.
Oh, okay.
They beat.
Yeah.
Listen,
Cam didn't do anything.
that people say that's the last time they saw Cam.
Yeah.
When he didn't dive for the ball, he was like, "Whoa,
They're
let me
saying
step
as
back."
far as him,
Yeah, that play.
Denver gave you the formula on how to stop Cam. Make him throw from the pocket and beat him.
Yeah.
To say one thing, though, I'll give you credit. I think I found a spot that makes sense for Ron Rivera to go to. Jacksonville after the year.
There, the thing is, their owner is going to have to reevaluate who's he's going to depend on as far as Coughlin is.
Score was 24-10, D.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And think about the beating he was taking.
Yeah, he was.
And it was going into the fourth quarter, it was 16-7.
I was about to say it was closer. It felt,
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
it was
then.
that.
I thought it was kind of
and
a
he
close
made
game.
a business decision.
Yeah.
He said, "My bonnet or the ball. I'm gonna keep the bonnet."
Sorry, D.
You still think he's gonna? You still think Cam Newton's gonna try to push for a trade to get out of there though?
I think when you
Even with this now, was this coach? He's the only head coach he's ever had too.
no, it's not.
Yeah, he is. I think they came in the same year, didn't they?
Did they?
I think Ron Rivera started in 11.
No,
I think
no,
Cam was.
Cam had
8
somebody.
years.
How long has Cam been there? About 8
Cam's
years,
been there
right?
about almost. He may be right. Cam's been there about 8 years. You're right.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think
Luck
they
had
came in
7. Cam had one more than Luck.
Cam Newton was drafted in 2011 as
And
the first overall pick.
I think Ron started in 2011.
Ron this was his 8th season, I believe. So I think he's right.
Ron Rivera was the head coach of the Carolina Panthers starting 2011.
There you go. Yeah, 2011. So this is the only coach he's ever known. I don't know if
feel like it's
he already said he kind of. I don't think he really want to start over there. I think they kind of know this kind of like a rebuild.
New ownership, maybe
New ownership.
This
Yeah.
is the only thing.
Yeah.
The new head coach may want to have both options because Cam is a free 19 mil. They can cut Cam. His guarantee money's up. So if they cut him, they get 19 mil automatically. That new coach may say, "Yeah, Kyle, was it Kyle Allen? Is that the cat?"
Yep.
Sorry for the coughing, everybody. I'm a bit under the weather. Yeah, you straight and all. But one, this is my job. This is my chance. Let me see what I can do with the big fella first. That may be the only hindrance if you're a fan of a team in the NFC North.
But that's if Cam doesn't come to them in the offseason like, hey, I want to be moved.
And they may be like, you're not.
Yeah. Oh, no. I
With your weird hair. They may say that to him. Look at your bonnet and hats. Look at your bonnet and hats.
You want to hear a great stat?
Sure.
How old do you think Nick Foles is?
He's 30. He's in Nick Foles. He was going to retire. He was out for a little bit. I'm going to say 32.
I was going to say 32.
30. I was surprised. I thought he was way older.
He is. You know,
he feels way older.
In our hearts, he is.
I feel like he lied on the birth certificate.
That let you know how it wasn't that long ago that Andy Reid was sitting there back in Philadelphia. Right? It feels like a lifetime ago that Andy Reid was.
He's the only one that convinced Nick Foles to stay in the league to win the Super Bowl
and get that bread. I'll tell you what, though. You know what? I'll tell you one thing. I wouldn't be, let's just say, because again, with the Cam thing, you know, Cam's arm wasn't right. You could say that's the Liz Frank, but you could also say that 2 shoulder surgeries caused that. Mm-hmm. We know velocity, even though if it wasn't accurate, and running was his thing. So that RPO stuff, and you're putting Cam out there with this injury history, I don't know if he's best for the Bears, but I think out of the candidates, outside of maybe Teddy Bridgewater, but again, you're running the risk of him getting hurt, and this is just future plans for the Bears. I'm not the Red Rocket guy.
No,
I don't know that I don't think that Ryan Tannehill is sustainable because I just feel like
they're gonna keep Tannehill.
They should give him 2 years.
They're gonna let go of Mariota before.
Yeah, we already knew Mariota was out.
Mm-hmm. But if you're at Tennessee, why would you can't let him go.
But this is the thing with Minshew Mania coming back to fruition.
Nick Foles?
Is that what it's called?
I wouldn't be pissed and be like, the Bears ain't doing nothing if they.
I'm with you.
Nick Foles.
He can run the RPO.
He can run the RPO.
He likes the RPO a lot.
You know what? He wants to be in the system.
Yeah, this system specifically.
System. Like that's
Andy Reid's system.
And look at Wentz up there in Philly. Put him in the system and let it go. It ain't got to be all this complication or whatever. Let's go with it. And I'm not talking about like, man, we gonna be set. We got Nick Foles, but you know he won a Super Bowl. All right, he has a little bit of athleticism. He has a nice enough arm. I'd be like, go ahead and go with it, brother.
I don't know about that.
I'm not arguing with you about it.
All right, come on back. We're gonna go ahead and talk a little Bears of victory and preview the Thursday night matchup. D and Davis Show.
Hey, this is Rich Campbell from the Chicago Tribune, and you're listening to the D and Davis Show.
It's hard for everybody. Forget Mitch and how hard it is for him. It's hard for everybody. And I think just we as a team, we as coaches, you get to a point to where it's like, okay, enough's enough. And at some point, you all just want to, if there's any pressing, that's everybody. Not just, if there's any pressing, you forget all that, you don't care, and you just go play. And I think we kind of got to that point after 4 weeks of losing.
D and Davis Show. It is time to talk a little football. And the Bears, and we talked about this on 670 Score, who was filling in for Les Grobstein. Also, too, go to our Twitter page at D and Davis Show. We have it pinned at the very top, our top tweet. You can listen to Ken and I filling in for Les Grobstein on the Score. My goodness, Luca. Was that Luca? Jesus Christ. Watch a little.
Clippers bust that Euro ass.
Yeah, like watching a little Mavericks and Pelicans basketball right now. But anyway.
Thanks to me.
Yes, thanks to you, Ryan. Shout out to Ryan.
Great job, Ryan, as far as getting
producing and everything. Hey, basketball on? Okay. So the Bears end up defeating, as Ken and I predicted.
That's hard right there.
As Ken and I predicted that they was going to beat the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving Day. We saw that coming a mile away, right? Mm-hmm. But now...
But you predicted it was going to be a close game.
Yeah.
I had them winning by more.
Yeah, Ryan... I'm sorry, Ryan. Ken predicted that there was going to be like at least 10 points?
We was going to get fat.
Yeah.
Ken would let you know the Bears... First of all...
That's what I've been trying to tell y'all, man. Don't trust these like that.
But you know what? It wasn't that. It was, man...
What?
David Braw.
Blah.
He shot...
we call him off the streets.
Off the streets? Listen, I don't know what's in this Minshew mania that's going around. Where these dudes, Driscoll, listen, how's Blah going to be? He looked actually better than Driscoll, and I rock with Driscoll a little bit. And Shorty was off the streets. Like, dog, but don't off the streets.
But don't we put any? We have to factor in that you don't have tape on this guy.
Yeah, but dude, I don't care about tape off dudes off the streets.
And you don't know who he is.
It's not like a picture where it's like, hey,
he look.
I don't know what his stuff look like.
He looked like a picture against the Bears for 3/4
to right here.
Hey, for 3/4, he looked pretty damn good.
Look, the thing was his confidence.
Yeah,
like I forget his tools. Who knew that his onions were gonna be like that? That first half, Shorty was like, "Oh no, I'm here."
Yeah,
I'm
stayed in a pocket and went through everything. You look good.
Yes, like that's where it was like, oh, y'all, listen, don't get too crazy, Detroit. Those are guys that are stopgaps, perhaps, until you find your next Matt Stafford. But you got two nice little. You got your Eric Kramer, Steve Walsh situation, right
or
there.
you can go ahead and flip them.
No, you're not getting nothing for that.
I'm just saying.
I think Driscoll's a free agent at the end of the year.
Driscoll's a free agent. Hey, listen, y'all. Hey, y'all want some big money? Go out there and y'all play y'all butts off. We try to see if somebody might come knocking at your door.
But you mentioned confidence.
And what was that final score of that Bears game?
24-20.
24-20. There you go.
Cowboys coming in very unconfident, potentially,
and on the road too.
Like this.
The NFC East sucks.
The Bears suck too.
They do.
But this is like a perfect storm potentially of a win for them.
I am predicting, you can mark this down for me right now, I'm going to say the Bears are going to win this game. I think the Bears are going to win. It's a home game for the Bears.
Sydney and Kyle are picking the Bears too.
It's Bears Kool-Aid right here.
No, it's not that. Because
oh man, I've been hearing that.
It's not that. I'm not. No, listen.
With this plaid shirt.
Hey, listen.
My beard is looking right. This Bears Kool-Aid right now.
Excuse me. Listen, I think they can beat.
It's detangle.
They can beat.
Feel it.
They can beat.
Feels a little Grizzly, doesn't it?
It feels good.
Feels like a Bears win.
Feels like if a Grizzly Bear was in a sauna.
Got a little salt and pepper in there.
Dak Prescott's overrated.
Listen, I think they can be a 6-6 team at home.
Heck yeah.
The next three teams are the Chiefs, the Packers, and the Vikings. They ain't running that triple-headed monster. They ain't beating that triple-headed monster. That ain't gonna happen.
Are all the quarterbacks not playing?
Exactly. So I think they have a good shot at winning this game. And I said it before too, early with like maybe midway through the season when we thought the Bears wasn't going to make the playoffs. It's like, listen, the only way to make the playoffs, they got to run the table. They need to run the table right now for them to have any hope.
Just foresee that dig route Amari Cooper's gonna run. When he come
and
off,
Dak overthrows it?
He's gonna come off that. He's gonna come off the left side, cut it, take off about 20 yards from it, and to the easy for cheesy.
I'm not saying that's gonna happen. Because didn't Galloway do that against the Bears?
Yeah.
And that's one thing I did predict when we were talking about with Marvin Jones and Galladay, and I told you with them 50-50 balls.
Yeah. No doubt.
Those are top notch.
They top notch. Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling. This is the thing. Listen, the Lions better than. The Cowboys better than the Lions.
They are.
All right. So,
but they're 6-6 at the Bears.
Yeah, but they're 6-6.
They're mediocre.
And they haven't beat any good team.
They're mediocre.
They've lost to every good team they played.
6-6.
Yep.
And this is gonna be this isn't a good team either.
Yeah, but
they're the same.
They're the same as the Bears. Yeah. They can't beat a good team.
Only reason why I say they want to beat them is because I think it's on. I think the Bears. The only reason why I think the Bears are going to win because they're at home. If they was in Dallas, I'd pick the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. The problem with Dallas Cowboys is their general manager / owner.
Yes,
because no coach has authority. Like, what owner do you see after every game talking
immediately?
Dog,
first one.
We can't even see our general manager after games. Right after the game, dog. So every second the players know the buck doesn't stop with the head coach. It stops with Jerry. I don't really have to listen to the head coach as long as Jerry likes me.
Yeah.
It's dysfunction. Like what he built. This is outside of what Jimmy Johnson built. This is the best modern era talent-wise Dallas team.
And look at what they at.
No doubt.
But the fact that there's no one regulating it because he chops off the authority is the biggest issue.
Ken, who are you picking?
I got Dallas.
I'm going to go with Dallas too.
It's not
really
like, man.
Okay. Just because of what you said. It's a flip of the coin.
Who's better?
I agree with you.
Which quarterback is better?
Dak is.
No. That's not the question to me. The question to me is which Cowboys team is going to show up? The one that just always lays an egg or that one that shows off we have some talent?
They've lost 3 out of 4 games. They're
Some
on
bad ones.
They're on the road,
They lost to the Jets.
and the Bears.
Yeah, but that was doing that Darnold hot streak though.
But one thing about the Bears and what
Bengals couldn't beat that dart.
They lost to
Bengals
last. They lost to that was 6 games ago. That was 6 games ago, 7 games ago. They beat their rival, the Eagles. They beat the Giants. They lost to the Vikings, which is understandable. They beat the Lions. They lost to the Patriots in a tight game, 13-9.
Well, it was only tight.
And then they lost to my.
and the Patriots not really who they are right now.
They lost to my. But think about it. That Patriots secondary, if not defense, is still top notch.
It is.
Then they lost to my Bills team.
And the Bills are a playoff team going in looking real good.
Hub Arkish.
9-3. Aren't they 9-3?
But when we ask y'all right now, if you could get Baker Mayfield or you can get Josh Allen with his racist tweets, who you taking?
But Josh Allen is. Josh Allen is. He's still kind of finding his way too.
Yeah, guess how he's found his way to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true.
Baker Mayfield is finding his way to wretched T-shirts, and he had nothing to do with it. But I'm still putting it on him.
But the one thing about the Cowboys and the Bears is a simple fact. Like I said, you have a team coming in who's won 3 or 4 and playing at home, and a team who's lost 3 or 4 and playing on the road.
And let's not act like Dallas, like they're this like juggernaut. Like
They've underachieved.
Hold on.
I picked them to go all the way.
when it gets slightly.
Listen, I picked
like
them
the
to go all the way.
Rams.
You talking? Who did the? Whoa! See, this,
Hold on.
Keep going.
They are going to come into a cold Soldier Field, and they get bothered all the time by weather.
The Rams or the Cowboys?
Cowboys.
He said both.
But that's what the Rams were last year. Remember, they came in like little kitty cats.
Yeah.
Into Chicago.
Question: Jared Allen or Dak? It's not even close.
Jared Allen. Josh Allen?
You know what I mean.
I'm making
I'm talking
sure.
about Jared Goff. I meant Jared Goff.
Oh, Jared Goff. Okay.
Jared Goff or Dak?
Dak.
Not close. I'm on only point.
Oh.
At the keepers, this is the thing.
Dak's more consistent.
I take Dak.
Dak was leading the league in yards this year, I believe. What? So we're basically saying
I like Dak. I just think he's a little overinflated.
no. I'm with you. I'm not a person that's like Dak is in my top 5. That's not what I'm
not
saying.
at all.
Dak is actually better than what I thought he was after his rookie year. Right now,
They've been to the playoffs like what 3 seasons with him?
Except like they've been.
Well, they went his like rookie year, and then they missed
the
one.
year,
And he went back to back, didn't they?
Last year, yeah.
Well, these 2.
He's been in the league. This is 4th season, right?
Yeah.
The Cowboys have been winning.
So he's been in there.
2 out of 3.
2 out
2 out of 3. Didn't the Cowboys win a division when the Philadelphia win a division and won a Super Bowl?
That was when the Cowboys did not go to the playoffs.
All right. Okay.
So my only thing is this: I think at the key position they have more stability, and with both of you were saying that you can't trust these teams. I feel like that's going to be the big difference maker, and I feel as if the Bears, who this year, unlike last year, has done a really good job of stopping the run for the most part.
I was just going to bring that up.
But see, I think Dak is going to be able to get the runs Dallas needs. That doesn't mean Dak's going to blow the roof off a Soldier Field if it had a roof.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think he's going to be able to get, and that's what he's really get that 13-yarder when when it's 2nd and 8.
But I still I trust the Bears defense right now over an underachieving Cowboys defense.
And don't you think?
And I think the Bears would be able to probably stop that.
You think the Bears would be able to score on them at will like that?
No, the offense, not at all. Listen, I predicted again. I think it's probably going to be another close game. I say under 6 points, but I take the Bears. Only because they're at home. I
think another thing too is the Bears potentially can outcoach the Cowboys. There's not a lot of games that they come in where they could outcoach the other team. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I think that the Bears can outcoach Jason Garrett and his squad.
You think so?
I don't think is Jason Garrett that great of a coach?
Listen, it's too many.
Is they're doing it great?
Yeah, it's too many.
I agree.
Sample size of Garrett is larger.
Yeah,
but both of them aren't.
I agree,
coaches.
but I think the Bears can outcoach the Cowboys on Thursday.
Who have they outcoached this year?
Nobody.
Well, they outcoached Detroit.
Ryan.
No, Ryan. Come on now, Ryan. You talking about me? You talking about me sipping some Kool-Aid over here? Come on now. I ain't going that far.
In a ponytail.
I give you something to drink. You go crazy.
Has Matt Nagy never outcoached anybody?
Look at my
Are we
porcelain
acting
skin.
like he hasn't outcoached anybody.
Yeah, before people had tape on him.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay, but he can't outcoach Jason Garrett.
But now that
he
people-
can't outcoach
But
him.
the thing is, now that
Fuck
people
this.
have tape
They
on
both
him.
thinking they gonna outcoach each other.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Draw, they're gonna be the Spider-Man looking at each other.
I'm not saying he's going to outcoach Jason Garrett. I'm saying
You're
he
making
can.
prognostications that I don't think you're asking.
Okay, if he was going up against Bill Belichick, we would say there's no chance the Bears could outcoach.
I wouldn't have to go that high to Bill Belichick.
Right, you don't have to go
going
that
super high with that
You
one.
can go maybe Matt LaFleur.
You trying to box with God?
But Jason Garrett is not a great coach. He's one of the
He's
bottom
not.
third coaches.
And your coach is too right now.
So you can outcoach him.
There's a chance.
Yes,
There's
that's-
also a chance.
that's the whole
Wait.
thing that I've been
But to your
saying. There's a chance.
There's a chance that he can be outcoached by
Yes,
Jason
I
Garrett.
said that too. I said
And
he
let's
could.
not forget their defensive coordinator is actually decent, really good this year.
Question: How do you think Mitch has played over this 4-game stretch?
better.
Steadier, but still Mitch.
Where's the bar? Is
I mean,
the
wait,
question
two of
for
those
me.
games were against the
Good call, Ryan.
Detroit Lions, right?
I mean, if the
The
bar
teams he's
was
beaten have been all bums.
if the bar was pathetic, he's definitely above pathetic.
Okay, listen. It's Lions, Rams, Giants.
And he was
Lions.
horrible against the Rams.
So let's. I mean,
The defense he's played against hasn't been
this
world
show
beaters.
will not be inflating BS.
I agree with you. I'm just asking
I'm
the
just
question.
making sure because I don't want people.
No,
Because
no,
if we
no.
mess around,
You know how I feel about
they
Mitch.
get about 2 more wins in the Mitch because the Mitch stands got low. Mitch stands was out there. They made a little bit when we were sitting there hosting on the score. You saw a little bit of man. It's more than just Mitch. This, which I agree with. There's been
It
too many
is.
drops.
It is.
But still, Mitch stands like to bring that up because a good quarterback can overcome and compensate for some of those mistakes. Some of those mistakes a good quarterback can.
Well, plus a good quarterback is going to play a full game, right? He only plays like a quarter or two.
You
of
got a
really
little
good
Parker
football.
Nerco in him. Yeah,
But this would goes to your point about hopefully Matt Nagy can outcoach
Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett, putting Mitch in the right position to beat a team that he should be able to beat. If Matt Nagy can do that, Mitch once again the stands will come out for Mitch, but at least he'll be making Mitch look better.
Could you imagine if they win? They'd be on a 3-game win streak going into Green Bay.
There'd be such fool's gold.
I know, but
Oh, it's definitely fool's gold.
I want to see that just to see what Mitch would do in a game like that. Because
But
he
you
would
know
probably
what?
be terrible.
I will say this going into Green. I know I'm going a week ahead, but I will say this about Green Bay. I don't think Green Bay defense
Is as good as they were.
as good as it were.
It's
It's
not.
not. So you at least have that on your
It's
shoulders.
not that bad though.
It's not.
No, it's not
I'm not
bad.
saying it's not that bad, but it's
Not a bad unit.
It's not a bad unit, but it's not as good as we thought after the first half of the season.
Is doing what
The run game is doing a little bit better, and also too, you look at Aaron Rodgers once again going up against a defense that I think has a little bit of juice flowing through the system. So I don't.
He might get
Akeem
Akeem Hicks
Hicks.
back that week.
Oh, wow, hot damn! He might
might.
be hanging up on folks and sacking quarterbacks.
I mean, if you get Akeem Hicks back,
I mean, that's something.
That's huge.
That's a something.
That's huge. I mean, you are missing Danny Trevathan, but hope Nick Kwiatkowski.
Hey,
can go out
Nick
there and do-
Kwiatkowski might be playing better than
He
what
might
Danny
be-
Trevathan was doing.
He might be out there balling.
no.
I mean, Nick has been the
I'm not
best
dissing- I'm
inside
not
linebacker
but
this
you
year.
got to remember, Dan Trevathan has more responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not trying to.
Who's calling
I'm just
the
saying
calls?
in
Is it
terms
Raquan's
Yeah.
out there.
in terms of just how they've played, making an impact in a game. Nick has done
A
about as
possible
good.
could have had
as
another
anybody.
interception last
Who
week.
they've been playing?
Everything's with the plant.
That matters.
Yeah, when they play terrible teams, a lot of guys don't show up. So if a guy actually shows up, we can't at all think of that as a positive in your mind.
I take it as positive. He almost had another interception against the Lions.
I mean, what guy?
nothing
Tell me
like
what guy on the
almost.
Bears has been the
Listen,
competitor each
They're a
week?
6-16.
The true
They better
great.
take. They got 6-16. They better take every good thing they can get right now.
Yeah.
They ain't no world beaters. They ain't nothing to look at
I want winners.
with a fond eye.
You know who has been what you just said?
Allen Robinson.
I thought about him, but he's dropped the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
Cordero Patterson.
Man, and you're trying to tell me I'm giving BS.
Dude.
You tell me a core special teamer
Wait a
is
minute,
the guy you're
You
hanging your
just
head
said
on?
who has basically not you asked who's performed at the
Who's
level
the stars? I said.
no,
Allen Robinson.
Said. I thought
Allen
you said-
Robinson.
No. We're
You
not.
said who performed?
No.
What verbatim did you say?
I don't remember verbatim.
I just want pause timeout.
No.
Run that back.
No, because I'm not even going to entertain this garbage. You're telling me I'm giving you. You can't even give me Jason Garrett can get out coached by Nagy, but we're supposed to call out Cordell Patterson as a great player?
That is totally doesn't correlate.
I know, but
you asked.
Why are you bringing up Cordell Patterson?
Because he asked what Bears players basically has not been a failure this season. That's what he asked.
Yes, that is what.
And the only player, because I'm not just talking about punt returns, I'm talking about being the gunner. We
can't even talk about Nick Kwiatkowski because Cordell Patterson.
This is the thing.
I wouldn't bring up Cordell Patterson.
Me too.
I would go with Allen Robinson.
I said I would bring up Allen Robinson, but Allen Robinson has dropped passes.
Cordell Patterson did that stupid ass helmet throw thing too.
So
He hasn't
now
been perfect.
that's it.
No. Hold on. Allen Robinson has been the most consistent Bear. At least on the offensive side of the ball this entire season.
I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, Cordell Patterson's
But
probably
he
been
had-
the most
but listen,
consistent Bear.
Allen
Probably.
Robinson 2. Of the last
Right.
3 weeks.
I mean, right.
The last 3 weeks,
He ain't asking
he
him.
has dropped passes. No, dude.
Yeah, but that's Mitch.
No,
That's
no,
Mitch.
wait. Let me ask you this.
Comfort zone. He's going to get
Let
a
me
lot
ask
of.
you this.
He's
Let me ask
probably
you
going to
this.
drop some.
So when we were talking to
He ain't going to catch all of them.
we were talking to Arthur Agish, and I asked him, and it was a couple other people, what about the third phase? Damn, you right.
I brought that up about the special team.
I've done it several times.
Yeah.
But my point is, he's done more than what we expect. I mean, defensively more than even just running the ball.
He has been there. I'm not denying
So
that.
again, from what he's a gunner.
Oh, you're just saying.
He got a return touchdown this season too,
Yeah,
right?
dude. So I mean, I didn't expect for him to be the guy that's down. I thought,
But see, I don't get why you can't look at Nick Kwiatkowski as a positive too like that.
I'm not look, because he's not. Nick Kwiatkowski doesn't get the amount of snaps.
Yeah,
I'm not
I know.
No, this is what I'm saying. We're talking about guys that get the opportunities and who have fulfilled their opportunities.
Right.
That's what we're saying,
Yeah.
right? He gets more opportunities. I'm not.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
give me
I agree.
I'm not taking away from Nick Kwiatkowski, but I'm talking.
You did
about,
earlier when I brought
I'm
him up.
talking. No, because listen to me. He proved that he should be here longer. I only said to you because you said he's playing better than Danny Trevathan. I don't think he's been playing better than Danny Trevathan. That's
think
what
he
I
is.
said. I don't think he's playing better.
See, the
than
only
Danny
reason
Trevathan.
why I think
I think he's covered up a lot because you're not using him as much in the passing game, like the cover in the passing game. So that's why I don't think he doesn't have the exact responsibilities that the other two
No, he
receiving
doesn't. He
linebackers
doesn't.
have.
But when Roquan Smith was there,
if
too.
But again, if we're going off of that, we're talking about doing all your job to your optimum. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, but
And that's
I
all
was
I'm
also
looking at.
saying can we look at bright spots? And him coming on the field this year has been a bright spot.
But I'm not arguing with that, but that's not the question that you put out there, Ryan. You said
I know I didn't put it, but when
I'm
I
going
first
off
put
of
it
the question
out,
that you said.
You said who did they play when I brought up Nick Kwiatkowski? That was my
Dude,
point.
that game, the game where Roquan lost his maybe himself.
Man, Nick has
Kwiatkowski
played
killed-
great. every
played-
time.
Wait, let me finish.
Yeah.
Nick Kwiatkowski killed that game. So I'm a Nick Kwiatkowski guy, but I'm not going to overinflate. I want him in my room. I want him to be the third interior linebacker off the. He should listen. If he needs three more years, give him 3 more years because that's the guy that when someone gets hurt, because they all get hurt, you're going to need, and he's above average for a replacement player. Again,
I'm with you.
So I'm just pointing out a guy that's not a replacement player that's playing.
Yeah,
well.
no,
I agree with you that Allen Robinson was the first guy that came to my mind, but then I thought, you know what? Even with as far as because partially with Allen Robinson, we're taking back. This is the first time we've seen him at full go because he's coming off the ACL. It's the second year off the ACL.
Yeah.
So in that, he's had a good season, but a player to me that did more than I expected. And I know how we look at the third phase. I didn't see Cordell Patterson being the first guy every time down there as a gunner. He's down there every time.
But I will say this, though. I think the one thing about Cordell Patterson, I think a lot of Bears fans would say is that we thought possibly he would give us something on the offensive side of the ball. Now, that could be Nagy and not being able to use him correctly.
We know it's Nagy. He can't use Trey Burton. Listen, let's not all hate on Trey Burton like he didn't start the year off as last year off as Mitch's main guy.
Oh, he was his main guy, yeah.
He's totally forgot about that tight end position.
Well, he don't have anybody at tight end.
No, but you got Trey Burton.
But Trey Burton is either hurt.
I mean,
or
he's been hurt since that playoff
Yeah.
game.
But dude, I'm just saying.
He isn't reliable. Kenny isn't reliable.
But still, that's more to do. It's so many guys. Listen, Tariq Cole, you know what you just said? I'm gonna get a great case in point what you just put out there. We thought with all the guys in space, like you got Cordell Patterson, you got Tariq Cohen, you got Anthony Miller, you got David Montgomery, if he
Taylor Gabriel.
We like, man, with Nagy, he got all these guys. If you just giving the ball in space, he has underutilized all of them.
That goes back to my whole point where I started this off. When you have a sucky quarterback, you can't do a lot
Man,
what you
some
want
of
to
the
do.
stuff you can scheme for. Some of it you can. You can scheme
And he has a scheme for Cordell Patterson on the offensive side of the ball.
This is the thing is why, going back to what I said, that this year was about Matt Nagy. He's not who we thought he was. Now the thing is,
I ain't gonna fight you on that one.
Can he improve on that? But this year, he has not. He was supposed to cover up some of Mitch's mistakes. We were still supposed to know Mitch ain't the man. Most of us, the Mitch Stands would have had a lot of voice, but he was supposed to be able to scheme to cover up some. So what it is either, yes, Mitch is bad. He doesn't have this deep playbook or knowledge to really get it going.
Exactly.
We thought,
or his playbook's too deep.
Great point too.
They true. But this goes back.
But go into the parts that work. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but this goes to my point about this upcoming game against the Cowboys. Can you put your team, especially Mitchell Trubisky, in a position to win, to beat another mediocre team? You're basically mirror images of each other. You have both teams coming in with high expectations, and you have underachieved on both sides of them. You have I will agree, I think Dak is probably a little bit better than Mitch.
Dak is way better than a little bit.
Okay, all right, fine. I give you that. I ain't gonna fight you on. I ain't gonna fight you on that.
In the lower 5.
I'm not gonna fight you on that.
Around
15 at least.
If you have him at 8 to 15,
yeah,
fine.
I ain't gonna fight you on that.
Somewhere between 8 and 12.
I ain't gonna fight you on that. But Jason Garrett has not been able to utilize his team as well. So they almost damn near mirror images of each other. Damn near,
Cowboys are
pretty
probably
close.
a little bit better. Like they're definitely better than the
also,
Bears.
their division is weaker, so it allows them.
But the Cowboys have been playing down to competition. That's been their issue all year. They play down to whoever their competition is. They have not been that juggernaut team unless it's been a terrible team on the other side.
And they're 3-4 in the Bears in the losing column, and the Bears are 3-4 in the winning column.
One caveat, and I'm to say it'll happen. Remember, last year we were looking at the Cowboys like they were done. And they started getting hot, and then they beat the Saints.
Yep.
And that's when it was like, oh, and that was later in the season.
Yeah, they looked good.
They have the talent. They just don't have the culpability. Like, I love Jerry Jones, but man, I'd be mad right now. If I was my owner, I'd be upset.
I don't love him.
I always want an owner to spend money. Growing up here in Chicago.
True. Oh yeah, he goes for it, he goes for it, but then he stands in the way.
But like George Steinbrenner, and then became Jerry Jones, because being here in Chicago, the owners
Mark Cuban,
like, I don't have the money. You know what I'm saying? So that those guys that see owners who they were meddlesome, but they still spent the bread, man.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. But you can spend the bread all you want to. But didn't Bill Parcells say, like, man, listen,
but
I'm the chef. At least let me go ahead and
they
cook
don't have
it.
a good chef.
No, they don't. They don't.
He just promoted the sous chef because the sous chef let him do whatever he wants to do.
I mean, he was a great coaching prospect.
He gets in the way.
But they should have let him go a while ago.
But even with that, with your point.
But they winning. Dude, they won the division 2 times in the last 3 years.
But dog, you know how many times he's been in the playoffs in a decade? Like twice. Who? Like Jason Garrett. Maybe 3 to.
I'm just saying the last 2 seasons.
The thing, what you just
y'all
said.
should have been in the playoffs more than 3 times.
Yeah, they went with Tony and quite a few times.
Yeah, but how many? What's the name was hurt.
Yeah, so then he was in the 14 playoffs, 16 playoffs, and last year.
Okay, so 3 years. Okay,
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
and that's not including the offenses when he was offensive coordinator.
That's not including offensive coordinator. Okay.
So 3 years as a head coach. And how long has he been a head coach?
And I think they've been
since 11.
Yeah, and they've said but like some of these years, like 3 of the years they lost. At the end, they got knocked out of the playoffs by a division rival, by all other 3 rivals in the division. He's trash.
And I'm not
saying he's a good coach.
He started as an offensive coordinator in 2007 with the Cowboys. They went to the playoffs that year and lost, and then in 2009. So he's been with them for 5 playoff
runs, but he's been a head coach for 3 of them.
Yes,
he's trash.
He is. Yeah. They should have fired him a while ago.
I'm not gonna fight you on that one. All right, so you two are taking the Cowboys. I am taking the Bears in a victory. This is Thursday night football in Chicago, so Chicago's going to be popping. I got a coworker of mine who's a big Cowboys fan. He's going to be there, so it's going to be a pretty good game. Listen, the Cowboys are leading the division. They're leading the NFC East, and barely, but the Bears are clinging on to hope. So this should be a pretty good game. It might be a game of two not attractive fighters. They might be slugging out each other and they both get knocked down like 1,000 times between the 2 of them. But somebody got to win, y'all. Somebody got to win.
This being a pretty good game.
You think it's going to be a blowout?
I don't know.
I think it's going to be a close game.
Like this, if it may look close on the scoreboard, But as far as when
appealing to the eye,
who really beat the crap out of somebody physically, I think is going to be the whack ass star on the hill.
all right.
This is a really important game for the Cowboys too, because after that they play the Rams, and the Rams are going to be fighting for their playoff lives. Then it's the Eagles, and if the Eagles somehow find a way to win some games, they're going to be right there. Their only easy game is last against Washington.
And the Rams are the next seed up over the Bears. So it's what, 6 teams to go in. So
the Rams are 7
and the Bears are 8. So these last 3 weeks, last month really, you got a lot to play for.
And the Eagles, their next 2 games, Giants and then Washington. So if they win those 2, that Cowboys game would be same record potentially if the Cowboys lose in these next 2 weeks.
All right, give me some scores, Ryan. Kick it off first.
Of this game?
Yep.
I like your idea of it being a low-scoring, ugly one. I think it'll be 2013.
2013 Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Ken.
I'm going with something like that.
Something like that?
24-17 boys.
I'm going to go with a 2017 Bears.
Man, can I get some of that?
Hey, listen, I just called the other one, right? Yeah. On the other side of this break. No.
All right, we're going to come back and go up for grabs with Ryan Bukoveski, also known as Po Man's Jesus.
D and Davis Show.
What's up, everybody? It's Cameron Smith from CBS 2 Chicago. You're listening to the D and Davis Show.
All right, it's time to go up for grabs with my personal servant, Ryan Bukoveski.
No, that's just mean.
Well, master, I got...
Oh, don't do that. Don't do it.
You asked for it.
I feel like you just disrespected slaves.
What?
You took my power.
You made
from
me a slave.
I had the power, then you...
See, that's your problem. People shouldn't have power.
You took the power like someone with privilege would. I take it right back. You sneaky ass.
All right, well, let me give you a little up for grabs here. Maybe you'll feel a little differently. Because this last weekend, we'll start off with football, had a big-time matchup with the 49ers and the Ravens, and they played a Super Bowl a few years ago, and I'm wondering from you guys, do you think that will be the rematch of this Super Bowl? And if not, who is the teams that you think will be in there right now?
The problem, there were 2. Neither one may make it.
Sure.
I love Lamar Jackson, but let's not play ourselves.
You love him now. I loved him in college.
That's good for you. I love him in college.
I was right.
Okay. This is the thing. He has to stay healthy, and he has to not take as many. Like even some of the hits he takes holding the ball in the pocket. It's get rid of the ball, Lamar. Like some of this, and I know that's growth.
You don't be another Cam Newton. You don't want to do that.
That's growth. You don't even want to be people like Mike Vick got hit before the Dogs got hit, where he was not the same. He was not the same Mike Vick. Then they had to cool. He had to cool off.
You already had
and realized I need to study tape. Oh man, I think I will study tape like Peyton Manning when I get out of this hoosh-cow.
The hoosh-cow? The clink?
But
what you in here for?
But again, out of the two teams, I would definitely choose Baltimore. Also, and we've said it all year, the AFC is easier than the NFC.
Yeah.
But I do think, and I think Kyle Shanahan should probably be coach of the year. I know people want to give it to Mike Tomlin right now.
I think he's going to get coach of the year.
But I think people forget where we had the 49ers at the beginning of the season. But I think it's going to be a time where Jimmy Garoppolo's going to have to do something. And I don't know if Jimmy G's going to be able to pull that off.
That's what I've been saying.
But
is there a team you like better in the NFC?
The Seattle Seahawks.
My only issue with Seattle,
the great Russell Wilson,
is overutilization of Russell. And that's gonna come back to haunt them.
Who? What?
They're about to cap out on the show.
Man, that defense is looking good right about now, brother.
Yeah, but that offensive line.
Carson is running the ball too.
It's like watching that game last night. It was this one play, where the pressure wasn't coming from the outside, but Russ went to his pad and it swirled.
Yeah, I saw that play. Yeah, he got sacked.
But the thing is, he shouldn't have to play like that all the time.
But that's the way he played, though.
No, but if he had a pocket,
he's a loser. He still want to.
If he had a pocket, he would play, and I know this guy's slightly taller than him. He played more like Drew Brees, who the person that people have referenced when mentioning him, who got him. Well, I won't say got him drafted, but he helped get him.
Yeah, he helped him drafted. Yeah.
All right, so that's Russell Wilson. Yeah, right now he's 30, 29. Dog, they gonna have to spend some money on a line.
Oh, I agree with you. I'm sure he'd be the first one to do it. The first one to say it.
And going with that, I would probably still go back down to the Saints because I know they don't need Drew Brees like they did. Still, he's gonna have to perform well. They don't need him like
they're the number 1 overall seed too right now.
They don't need him like they did 5 years ago.
Yeah, they are.
But they have a defense it's not as good as Bounty Gate's defense, but it's a good defense. They got a good backup. They got a phenomenal running back. Michael Thomas, we haven't
great
even talked
coach.
about. Michael Thomas may have had the best season right now for any receiver in the league.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so he got paid. He's still out there doing what he's supposed to.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm probably gonna, and still you have to go through the dome, right? I'm probably still,
as of right now. As of right now.
Okay, but let's even put it like this, guys. If they got to go to Santa Clara, am I like? I don't think it's gonna be blistery cold.
Right now it's going to Seattle, but they've won there.
Yeah,
because Seattle right now is the number 2 seed. San Fran's number 5.
And noise wise, of course, it'll be different. But at that time of the year, the Seattle's probably gonna be closed anyway, right? They're not gonna let the roof close.
They don't have they have an open stadium.
That's open.
That's open.
Yeah, it's open. They'll close.
I thought that closed.
Seiko Field closes.
Yeah, Safeco.
Seiko closes. I don't think that.
The new Safeco.
Yeah, new Seiko. What's
Lincoln Financial? Century. Yeah,
Century
the
Link?
Century Link. I think.
Yeah, I don't think that closes. I don't think that's a retractable roof. I think it's always open. But you don't have to worry about it being like snowing and cold. I mean, it's cold.
It's kind of like shaped where it looks like it's closed because it holds in the noise.
Like that, like crazy though. Do it?
No,
I don't think so. Well,
Century Link Field.
Century Link. Yeah, we hit up Jason. He's up in Seattle right now.
Doing what?
I don't know. I mean, just being Jason.
Just being in Seattle. Oh, yeah. He's running a marathon.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Wherever there's a marathon, Jason will be there.
Have we checked his sanity? I always do that with marathoners.
His sanity?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are kind of out there.
He said something about that like this past week.
Mm-hmm. He said he was up there in Seattle.
He said something about the sanity part.
Oh.
My brother runs marathons. Every time he tells me he's going to go a marathon, I'm like, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah.
How's life?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Has there been changes in your health?
I'm liking Seattle to come out the.
So you don't think?
Oh, go ahead.
Baltimore, San Fran.
No, I think if anything, it could be Baltimore, Seattle. I'm liking Seattle, but to Ken's point though, man, the NFC playoffs is going to be something special because you got a lot of good teams, man, in the NFC right now. You really do. It wouldn't shock me if the Saints made it. It wouldn't shock me if the Seahawks made it. It wouldn't shock me if the 49ers made it.
You can't argue with
it. I mean, any of these things. It wouldn't shock me if Green Bay made it.
Only team it was slightly, but I wouldn't be totally shocked. The Vikes.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be like, oh, I could never believe it.
Right.
It would shock me if one of those.
You're right. That's shocking.
It would shock me if an NFC East team made it. And I guess we would say that the Eagles will be, but still, it'll be shocking.
It'll be shocking.
It's like, you got it.
Well, I predicted that was to do what they were supposed to do this year. I predicted them to go pretty far.
A lot of people did.
But, I mean, they've underachieved. So I don't know if they can just turn it on, but sometimes you can. When Ken and I was doing Football Island, the 2 years or 2 to 3 years we was doing that, it was the New York Giants. Mm-hmm. And out of nowhere, it's like, it's the time the New York Giants get hot. And I think 2 of those years we did it, they won a Super Bowl.
Was it separated by a season?
I think it was like separated by a season or 2.
No, it was a few. It was a few.
It was a few years?
Yeah,
I know one year they won it. It was like, here come the Giants, and lo and behold, what happens? They'd be 8-18 and get into the playoffs, and boom, it's like, damn, the Giants back in the Super Bowl. Yeah, so, but the NFC is just so deep right now. Even let's just say we drinking the Kool-Aid and just say the Bears go right now. The Bears came in as a number 1 rated defense into this season with an offense that you thought was going to do something, but the only question was the quarterback. Would it shock a lot of people if the Bears made it pretty far in the playoffs and say if they was to get in there? No, I probably wouldn't, because I think a lot of people expecting them to. The NFC is a really good conference this year. But as far as on the AFC side, man, listen, Baltimore's on another level right now. I'm not really keen in and believing in New England right now. You still have Houston. Houston will be a wild card.
Kansas City slowly playing some good football.
Kansas City is slowing.
Houston still has a shot at the division. For
yes,
sure.
Houston had a shot in the division, but the AFC, man, it's honestly probably like 2 teams. And also we don't know about Buffalo. What Buffalo are we going to see? Is this a real Buffalo?
They can't make it to the Super Bowl.
Right. That's my point. We don't know what Buffalo to see. This is a new thing.
Will not be able to do.
Yeah, this is a new thing with Buffalo, so we don't know about.
What if they have home field advantage?
That means a lot. NFC, that means a lot.
They're 1 game back.
The Lord himself will make it not snow.
So they're the second seed right now?
No, New England's still technically the second seed, but both New England and Baltimore have 2 losses. So Buffalo has 3.
New England is 10-2 and Buffalo's 9-3. Do Buffalo and New England play again?
I'm not sure if they do.
Because the way they're playing right now, man, Buffalo probably beat them.
I know they've played once.
Defense, running the ball, and Josh Allen is doing what he needs to do. At least he's not always there, but he's doing what he needs to do. I will say this much too. Just to kind of spin a little bit.
By the way, big matchup coming up in a couple weeks for them, playing the Steelers.
Who, Buffalo?
Yeah, and they play the Ravens this weekend.
They might lose that game.
And then after the Steelers, they have the Patriots.
Okay, they might lose that game. They might lose the Ravens. Where's that game at? Is it Buffalo?
In Buffalo.
Oh, it's in Buffalo. Ooh, now that's going to be an 8. All right.
If they win that game, they would technically be the number 1 overall seed if New England gets a 3rd loss.
All right.
Because they would have the tiebreak, and then they would play the Steelers on the road the next weekend, and then play New England.
This is football.
I just need Hub Argus to say I was right.
Next time we get him on the show, you make sure you ask him that. But
and he wasn't the only person. It was somebody else. When I was out there pitching.
I mean, I like Baker Mayfield better than Josh Allen.
I never trusted that little SOB.
I get that. I just like Baker better.
I bet you do.
No, not now. I'm saying I did.
I can see you liking that type of ish.
Oh, Lord.
So
I did like the Oklahoma
thing.
thing.
When I say it like that.
So Ryan, what do you think? The Baltimore and
yeah, I think there's a good chance because that defensive line of San Fran's is so great.
It's great.
If they go through a stretch with that NFC playoffs where they're able to produce like that each week, I don't know if anyone could beat them. It's going to be when a team can actually stand those guys up, keep their quarterback clean, put some points on the board, and force Jimmy G to match you. And we haven't seen that really so far this year. So I think that's how San Fran might fall down. Mm-hmm. And it depends, too, their seeding.
To your point, too, let's remember in the playoffs, there's going to be a lot more mugging. So if it's going to be on the quarterback, timing with the receivers it's probably going to be off a tad bit. But I'll say this to play devil's advocate with the 49ers. That run game travels.
Right.
It does.
It will. And that defense will travel. Yeah. But I think that is part of the thing. You were the number 1 overall seed, and now you're the 5th seed. If that ends, and they have a really tough slate to end the season, that's going to be potentially a big difference maker because a lot of wildcard teams haven't been going to the Super Bowl of late. It's been the higher seeds and the teams with home field advantage.
And it's going to come down to Jimmy G. Can Jimmy G actually win them a game?
And to your point, Ken, you always in the playoffs are going to have to play a style of game that you didn't customarily play in the regular season. You have to find a way to win that game. Like I did over Joe Tanksley.
There you go.
Congratulations. This is a championship, or it's the semifinals? This weekend.
This weekend is championship.
Okay, cool. Hope you will get Sid.
Me and Sid. Russ versus Lamar.
Lamar?
I'm rooting for Lamar.
Oh,
I'm going for the great Russell.
I mean,
that's right, D.
I think Russ should be MVP, but I think it's because it's award for his career. Because I'll say this with
he's never been an MVP before, have he?
No.
Yeah, boy, Drew Brees hasn't.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I think it would be good because I don't know if he's going to be able to get it next year, but I do think this. I think he has better chances than Lamar because the injury concerns with Lamar, this may be the only time he can get it.
You know what I think might be a deciding factor in that race? Whoever gets the number 1 overall seed.
You could be right. I can agree with that. Definitely.
I wonder if that might
Even
be
to be honest with you, though, if that is it, it should be Russ. Because the NFC is way harder than the AFC.
But Lamar is putting Lamar is putting up some ungodly numbers right now, man.
Who I want to get it?
He probably going to get like 1,000 yards rushing.
He is. I want Lamar to get it because it makes my eye pop out. But I think the voters are going to vote for Russ has been here. We know what we have. This is his chance. Here, you just remember what we were saying about Drew Brees last year?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but
There's no Patrick Mahomes.
As of right now, great point. Yeah. As of right now, Russ hasn't had that dip that Drew had with that. I forget when they lost to the Cowboys. He hasn't had that dip because Drew kind of
might have been a little on Monday night.
Yeah, so
be a little. Next question: college football. I want you guys to be on the college football playoff committee.
Oh,
we know who the top three are: LSU, Ohio State, and Clemson. No changes in the college football playoffs that were released today.
Can I put Miami in there?
Georgia? No, you cannot, because you got to put on the best product for the nation. D, you might not be able to be on the committee. You're too poor.
Chicago State in there.
Yeah. How's the Illini doing? Man. Who's the fourth team? That's what I want to know from you guys. Who should be the fourth team in the playoffs based on everything we've seen right ahead of championship weekend? We can assume Georgia is going to beat LSU. Do they automatically be the number 4?
Really?
If you want. Are they automatically number 4 if they win? If they lose, is it Oklahoma? Is it Georgia? Who is it?
I think if Georgia loses, I think Oklahoma still has a chance to get in there to be a best. To be a.
I would prefer it to be Oklahoma.
Probably Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But I think
regardless if Georgia wins?
Yeah, because LSU's not going to fall out of the 4.
No, LSU is in. I'm saying for Georgia.
Oh, so what you're saying,
okay.
so Georgia, but Georgia.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So this is the thing. Oh,
Okay.
Okay. So what you're
LSU,
saying,
Ohio State, Clemson are automatically in. Who should be that fourth team?
Oh, probably Georgia.
no, it will be LSU.
No. LSU's already in.
LSU's already.
But our 4,
Georgia.
Oh, do you mean OSU?
No, just wait. It's right now the rankings is LSU, Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia.
Right.
So going along with what you're saying, in the SEC championship game, if Georgia beats LSU, Georgia would probably, because Georgia and LSU would both have one loss, Georgia will be higher.
Yeah, but I don't want. I want you guys to be the committee. Who is the fourth best team?
They're already there.
Yeah, I think.
You think that's it?
I think it'll probably be Georgia.
Because I want Oklahoma to be in it because I want to see Lincoln
early
Riley
loss
and Jalen Hurts in
messed
it.
them up,
But
yeah.
I know what's going to happen. They're going to sit there, put up some points, and not stop a damn thing.
Yeah.
So that's just more for my viewing pleasure. But if we're going to what they tell us they're supposed to do, it's supposed to be the 4 top teams, they're already there. And if whichever team, the thing is, what you're saying is this: if LSU beats Georgia, that's who should be in there, because then Georgia has 2 losses.
Yeah, then they're gonna be out.
They should have no business in there after that. Then I would say, for me personally, even though some people would say Utah, I would prefer Oklahoma.
Utah is in the Pac-12, right?
Yes, correct.
And Oklahoma's in Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I would go with Hurts. I think just because of the exactly for the viewership. Of course, Oklahoma back into the playoffs. I mean, my God.
Let me ask you guys this.
Or the
What?
Yeah, they've been in there one in the last
Oklahoma?
Yeah, they were in there last year.
Alabama,
They were in there last year.
they're in there last year.
That's true. Okay.
Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you this to play a little devil's advocate. Let's say Georgia wins, but LSU plays their worst game of the year and it's barely
Doesn't
automatic.
No, they in.
Their strength of schedule is ridiculous.
They in. LSU
It's
was in.
ridiculous.
Even if Ohio State go up 1, they win a Big Ten championship. They go up 1. LSU probably be number 2.
The LSU has been the best college football team this season.
Yeah.
So 1 loss should not be. When you
No, I'm talking for Georgia. If Georgia
Beats LSU.
but it's just ugly, does that mean Georgia should automatically get in over Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. They play in the SEC,
Yeah.
and the strength of the victories who they played. Because they beat Florida this year. Florida's number 7, or did they lose to Florida? They beat Florida.
They lost to South Carolina.
They
It's
beat
their
but
other
they
loss.
beat Florida, and they have beaten LSU. No, they should be in it.
No, they should be in. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I like.
Georgia's the only team I think has the potential to be knocked out.
I think
They're the only
that's-
team.
That's
Because they got 1 loss.
That's
it.
facts.
Yeah, that's the only
Georgia's
team. They're the only
LSU
team.
is not going to get. Ohio State's not going to get knocked out if they lose, because.
But if they lose, what does that do? Ohio State. Is there any chance that it changes up
If who
anything?
loses?
no, because
Ohio State.
Big Ten teams won't be in there.
Nah, they're going to get in. They'll be fine. Who they going to play in the championship?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
And Wisconsin has 2 losses already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for Wisconsin.
If Minnesota would have ran a table, and they played Ohio State and they beat Ohio State, then they would have had a shot to probably get knocked out.
But Ohio
and if
State-
Georgia won, Oklahoma won, maybe.
Ohio State too. If Wisconsin wins, they're gonna be like when they lost to a Big Ten team, and look at the strength of that conference. So yeah, I don't think having a big team with one loss catapults Utah, Oklahoma over that team.
I want to see Clemson.
They in it.
No. I'm gonna see in national
And
championship.
Trevor Lawrence has been playing the last.
I want to see national championship. I want to see Clemson going against LSU if it's possible.
I mean, I want to see
for all the SEC's revenge.
If it's possible.
For all the SEC's revenge. Ooh, listen, no, not if
you don't think so?
Not if you're a Clemson fan.
Oh, okay.
Not this year.
Joe Burrow against the Golden Boy.
Not this year, baby.
Trevor been
listen.
Hey man, listen.
Trevor gonna get a lesson. I'm a Trevor Lawrence guy.
Trevor Lawrence looking good.
You don't want to run up against this LSU team.
Come out there with that hair. Hold on. Touchdown.
Okay. Deep defensive back you. They gonna get on his butt.
My last question for Up for Grabs. I want to talk about player we're watching right now on the TV screen, Luka Doncic. He keeps making highlights after highlights, and this is already after a highlight rookie season.
History.
Where does he rank if we were doing the NBA 50 best players? Is he in the top 5 to 10?
Currently right now?
Currently right now. Where would you rank him?
Shoot, he's probably top 5 for sure. Luka? This brother is doing his thing.
5 to 10. Because LeBron will be over him. I think
Kawhi.
AD, Giannis, Kawhi. That's 4 right there. I think James Harden still will be over him. That's why I think it's. Don't forget what James Harden is doing.
He just scored like 30-something points in like 10 minutes or some shit.
Yeah, so I think again, that's right now. The NBA is loaded right now.
Because you don't have these super teams, you have duos again.
Yeah, so I would say probably 5 to 10, which is to me is saying a lot.
What
if you have him at 5? I don't have R, but I don't think with James Harden with what he's done the last years, you can knock, especially with how he started off. It'd be different if he didn't start off like this, but how he started off, you can pull him out.
But what Luka is doing, and I know this kind of goes back. You can say he's a product of Russell Westbrook in the triple doubles. But what he has been doing this season,
he devalued these triple doubles.
Oh, but still though, man, this kid has put up triple doubles like before the half.
He's sweet.
He is. Listen, I thought he was going to be good.
No, nobody thought it was going to be like this. I thought this was going to be mono.
This is sleuthing.
Ginobili.
This is sleuthing on the Dallas Mavericks part.
Well,
they moved up 2 spots. Man, they moved up 2 spots to get this kid. It's kind of like, I don't know about this Euro kid. He looks good playing over there, but man, he is more than what I thought he was going to be.
It's not even
and it's early.
They're the 4th seed right now. 13 and 6.
This before.
Man, they are good. Man, Luka is the dude right now.
About a few weeks ago, I was trying to think, okay, who would I say he is? And I thought I came up with the person, but it was funny. About a week later, I saw Stephen A. Smith on First Take, and he said it. I forgot who Max said, but I was like, he's Larry Bird. He's a guard, Larry Bird. It's flashy.
I like that.
But because people forget the skill set. People forget Larry Bird basically averaged a triple double.
Yeah, he could. Yeah.
People forget that he played sometimes power forward and not just small forward, depending on Kevin McHale was in the game.
Yeah.
But Larry Bird had razzmatazz. His passing was excellent.
Yes.
But I think that to me, because you're talking about Larry Bird has a very high skill set. And
not very athletic, right?
But he can get anywhere he was
smart.
Right.
He was big too now, y'all.
Yeah,
he was big, a big boy.
Luka's big too. Luka's a point guard.
Luka 6'7", 6'8"?
He was 6'8". Luka, and he's the point guard.
But Larry's what, 6'9", 6'10"?
He's 6'9". I'm thinking 16, 6'9". Because even though they list Magic as 6'9", he's probably 6'8".
Luka's listed at 6'7".
Yeah.
Okay.
But the dude, listen, the way that man moves with the ball.
Larry Bird, 6'9".
The cojones on him, the skill set on Luka, man.
I like that.
He's
big, smaller Larry Bird.
But yeah, more guardy, but sweet. And also more modern. Because today there's more flash in the game. But
man, Larry had a lot of flash.
I think we said this like about a week or two ago. Outside of Giannis, if I had to start a team, with a young player, it's hard for me not to say him.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you.
Where can't you play him?
And dude, we box at the gate.
That's about it.
We box office at the gate. They coming. Right? They coming. Like we box office at the gate.
Especially if you throw like a DeAndre Jordan to him where he could just pass to people that could just slam on.
And that's what you hope you get out of Porzingis. Big man, go up there and get and do that. Man had a 40-point triple-double. Listen, man, he's doing it effortlessly.
Even
He's
though
just
with that
doing
comp to LeBron wasn't taking threes when he was playing back.
No, he wasn't. But major shout out to Dallas Mavericks, man.
Problem wasn't getting points.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's easier when you can take three. Like, if you really think about what Wilt and what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did as far as scoring, they didn't have three-pointers. Like, those all...
But Wilt also didn't have a man that could match up.
True, but that's all work right there. That's not, I'm coming, I'm not touching, I'm pulling up. That's, I got to get my ass down here.
I'm with you.
Rim to rim, so...
What's their record right now, Ryan?
13-6.
They're with the 4th seed. They're probably
Tied for 4th with the
They're
Rockets.
probably going to finish like 6.
I was going to say 6.
They'll probably finish...
Hey, if they keep getting better, though, they might finish 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
You look out the West, though, man.
Were you talking about Porzingis being there a whole year, too? I mean, healthy a whole season?
What's Houston's record right now?
Same, 13-6.
See, I think Houston probably be a better team than Dallas.
You don't think they can have a better record than the Nuggets?
No, they're not going to be better than the Nuggets. Nuggets like second place, aren't they?
13-4.
Yeah.
Just 2 losses better.
Yeah.
That's
What
it.
is Utah, if you don't mind me asking?
12-9.
I mean, all those teams have lunch. We ain't going to know nothing to the All-Star break.
Hell, I don't know if you even say that. They're still going to be bunched up.
Yeah, but some teams have enough law. One team will be able to come from low up, but for the most
Portland?
teams just start separating.
Portland.
Portland's coming.
I always said that the record they started off was that was not who they are. They're
8-12 right now.
They're a top 4 team in my opinion.
Winners of 3 straight.
Yeah, they're a top 4 team. I can see
In the
top
league?
4
In the entire
in the
league?
West. In the West.
You don't think the Mavs could catch?
Wait,
No.
I think top 4. Wait. So
No.
we're talking about
I think Portland's a top 4
both
team.
LA teams.
Yep.
We're talking about
Either Denver, Houston,
Yeah.
See, I think they could probably be better than Houston,
and Dallas.
and I think they could be better than Dallas.
I don't know if they could be better than Houston.
I like Portland.
I don't know if they
I think they're a top.
Are they better than Utah for sure?
If they get the cooking right, yeah.
It's better than Utah is now, but
Right.
not better than what we thought Utah was on paper.
Yes.
So we're still waiting to see if
Conley and all those guys
infusion,
get together.
infusion of talent that Utah has brought in from free agency this season and trades, if it can work.
Yeah.
So for right now, but
See, I know Portland could work because I've seen it. They was just in the Western Conference Finals last year.
but I mean,
and then they
Melo's
get
playing well.
a rejuvenated Melo.
what happened when it starts to hit the skis with that though?
Talk to me in a month.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Because sooner or later,
I think Melo is humble. I think he understands his role. It was coming out earlier saying that he was probably going to retire if he didn't get re-signed. I think Melo is fine. I think Melo is fine where he's at right now.
I gotta see more.
Remember what happened with AI with
Denver or Detroit?
No, with the big 3. Where it was like, he be showing up. Then everybody should be like, AI back, AI start feeling like he was back in the league, and all of a sudden he disappearing on. I'm joking. That's it.
Oh, that's it.
All right, but come on back. We're going to wrap up the show with a little bit of probably the greatest comic book TV show of all time. I think you know what it is. D&D Davis Show.
Yo, what up? It's your man Jay Illa, official Chicago Bears DJ, and you are listening to the D and Davis Show. Turn it up.
D and Davis Show. All right, we're gonna take a detour from sports because we gotta talk about probably our favorite TV show right now. We should have been doing a podcast on this. Can't call it, but we naturally never done a podcast on a TV show. But second season,
We were going to do one for Lord of the Rings, and then Tony took it.
Lord of the Rings.
The Game of Thrones.
Okay, I'm about to say.
You know what? It should be
Precious.
Lord of the Thrones.
Little Thrones. There you go.
Game of Rings.
Watchmen, the HBO hit show, and I said it early in the season. I said, man, listen, this is the replacement for Game of Thrones. At least for me. And I think it has proven to everybody this is a replacement. So episode 7 just wrapped up last Sunday. And a very big reveal. This is spoiler alerts too. If you ain't watched it, cut the podcast off. Go watch it, then come back. We found out, and Ken said he saw this coming already. He said he knew it, but we gonna take him at his word.
I don't usually lie about stuff like that.
Dr. Manhattan has been given loving to Regina King. He's her husband. I mean, they've been going. It was going.
You know what I
a few
thought
times in the closet. Hurry up, the kids gonna hit. The kids gonna hear the phone ring. No, go ahead. I'm almost there.
You know what I thought right
Cow.
when that happened?
The husband, Cal.
Love triangle.
Yeah, with Lori.
Yep.
Miss Blake. And Lori had a
When she finds out,
she had a little thing for Kyle too. Say, "Oh, your husband's nice."
But that's because she knew.
You think she knew?
you think she knows, huh?
I think every.
What's the name of
I
episode
think
two?
every
Bring up the episodes.
I think everybody.
Why was she in the booth talking then?
Why did she bring out?
That's a great point. You know, I can be wrong. That's a great point.
Yeah, and
but maybe she still thinks. But remember, she's in the booth. She says, "I know he can't hear it." It's cathartic for her.
Yeah.
It's the release.
Yeah, I know you ain't gonna hear this.
Yeah.
And she brought out the blue monster, aka the Excalibur,
But see, when
aka the blue dildo.
when she was in the booth saying she knew it wasn't for anything, I think there was like a lover's like, I don't know why I'm doing this. Not
I'm
like,
with you.
I'm with you.
But
so,
I still think.
so I think she is
but
still
I think
genuine.
I think no. I think it's akin to losing a lover in death and still talking to them.
Yes.
So I think that the release was that's why she, even though she knew he didn't hear it, it was still a way for her to connect to him in some manner.
Yeah. I'm like, because I don't think she knows Manhattan's here.
So episode 1 was the pilot. Episode 2 is Martial Feats of Comanche Horsemen. 3 was she was killed by space junk. 4, If You Don't Like My Story, Write Yours. 5, A Little Fear of Lightning, which that's the
Squid.
Looking Glass.
Looking Glass
That's
episode.
Looking Glass episode, right?
Episode
Yeah.
5 was Looking Glass episode.
But it's the squid too, because we found
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah.
6 is The Extraordinary Being.
my personal favorite.
And
that was a good episode.
7 is an
This is my
Almost
favorite.
Righteous Awe, which is about how in Vietnam, Mr. Manhattan was viewed. Dr. Manhattan was viewed.
Yeah. Now the episode starts off basically with a recap or a flashback of what's Regina King's Angela Abar. Her parents being killed in a suicide bomb over Vietnam. By this time, Dr. Manhattan had won the war and Vietnam was in the States. Angela's father is the son to, in episode 6, we found out that her father, Will Reeves.
Yeah, but
Will Reeves.
Yeah, Will Reeves. Yeah.
And Lewis Gossett was her grandfather. From episode 3 at least.
Right. But episode 6, like I said before,
But that was the kid watching him with the
with the
face paint,
with the face
putting
paint.
on
Yes.
the Caucasian look.
Right.
And we found out he didn't have an affinity for costume people. It scared him.
He didn't. It scared him. And as he told his daughter, like, you can't, because she found the VHS tape of Sister Night, and that's where she gets her name
Sister
from.
Night doing some freaky things on that black.
And that was was that a real movie?
I don't know, brother.
I gotta find out. I think somebody said that was actually kind of a real movie.
Black exploitation stuff.
Oh no! In the Perry Files, I believe, and that was kind of like the special agent that Lori Blake, aka Suspect, that got it on with the younger agent. He is the one that's writing all the files. If you go to HBO, the Perry Files, I think that's the name of it. But Angela Abar, Regina King's parents die in a suicide bomb, and that kind of kicks it off, and it kind of like that starts the episode. Also, too, we see Adrian Voigt. He's in trial. One thing I did not recognize, and I've been watching a lot of review podcasts on it. Every scene of theirs, no. Every scene is 1 year later, because
Time
each
is
cake,
different.
at least I don't know if time is different, or maybe they're just showing us different. Each time he gets a cake, it's another candle on the year. So now,
Because it was 365 days what they showed.
Did he say that out loud?
no,
it was
it's
on the
all
screen.
based on the observation of this cake, because
No.
each year it's another candle.
No,
on it.
they said
that's what the observation of the reviews I've seen.
But
I don't
they
know.
said it during the trial. It had been 365 days since he left. And
Okay,
jumped out.
there you go.
They do the games warden says it. It's been 365 since.
So each scene is like a year.
It is.
So we don't know how far along this was, because my prediction is that, I guess, shooting star or asteroid, whatever came out of the sky that fell into the farm. The farm when Lady True like, I want this land, and she looked out like, oh, that's for me. I think that's him.
Well,
Could be.
But this is the thing to know. She said, because what it seems like with Ozymandias is that's probably her. That may be her daddy.
I think it's a father.
Because she
Possibly.
but see, because she
Possibly.
this
Possibly.
this is why it's a good chance it is. She made her mother.
Yes.
We found out that her daughter is her mother's clone.
Yes.
And she's feeding her mother's memories because when the world clock, doomsday clock, whatever she has, when it's
the tower
activated,
thing,
she wants her parents to be there.
Yes.
So Angela asked her basically about her dad, and she said he will be here.
Yeah.
But she didn't. She made it seem like he wasn't someone she created, that he would actually be there.
So I don't know if that gold statue that is a good point. Is in her facility. If that's him right there, maybe he
gold crusted or something.
Yeah, that gold statue. Maybe he's kind of like that. Frozen in there.
That's a very good one.
Yeah,
did you make that up? Or did you get that off of something?
No, I kind of know that when she. Well, no.
Yeah.
Did you get that? Anybody?
No. They do like a zoom in, I think, at a part, and made me think
they make a point of it. I think it's very good.
Yeah.
But the point is made. I think was it Angela that said it. Was why Laura. Thank you. Why is he old? And she said, well, in my his
culture.
Thank you, culture.
Yes.
We worship. Old people are worshipped.
Yes.
You know, people. It's not bad to go old. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing was when you thought then, well, she knows what's going on with him because everyone else thinks he's dead. So why does she have? Even though he may not have been that old. He may have been close to being that age when he left. Mm-hmm. But the purpose of her, it seemed like she's like, nah, this is how dude is. He out there right now. But I didn't think that could be him in the statue.
Now,
that hot take is a good one.
Now, this is another thing. Now, I will say I didn't think about this. I saw this in a review show. Remember when Adrian had get catapulted off, went to the wormhole and got outside of that, and he was outside. Remember, he spelled "save me," but it was a D. So someone's prediction, not mine, said maybe it was "save me, daughter" or something like that, and maybe some way somehow Lady
Plus
True
who had those cameras
exactly because she took up all she took over all of his companies. So maybe he was actually sending because maybe her name is Lady True. Her name might not be True. It could be something else.
Yeah.
It could be Darlene involved, or Danielle. Who knows? So maybe he's sending a signal like, oh man, let me go ahead and get my daughter. Hey, baby girl, come get me. I need your help. And maybe, saying that in the Skyfall, I mean, in a comment or whatever it is coming down, maybe that could be him.
What do you guys think is going on with him and that game warden in that world right now?
I think
that part I don't know what's happening.
So
there.
This is my thing. I thought either it's Dr. Manhattan or Lady True that put him in there. But he's basically told us the premise. What it seems like, and I've mentioned this when we talked about it on the flip when we've done these discussions.
After episode 5.
He became disheartened by what he thought was going to be utopia.
Yes.
From the squid and having Robert Redford become president.
Planning the squid attack so that Redford can become president and they can build a utopia.
Exactly.
Yes.
When it didn't take place, he basically was like, why even do all this? And he thought the utopia, whoever presented that to him, that it was Shangri-La. And then as we found out, he was like, this is a prison. I realized it was a prison. He indicated that he did not create the clones when he said, I am not your maker. I'm your master.
And we know Lady True has a power to clone people.
Yes, she has the power to clone people. So, again, I don't know who put him there. But I think it's one of the two that did it.
Lady
the
True
funny
and who
thing
else?
is this.
You don't think it's
Lady True and Dr. Manhattan.
Okay.
You don't think it's self-done?
Because I don't think
self-deportation.
You know why I don't think it's self? Because I don't think he would have set it up that he couldn't leave.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's where because the fact is you can.
That's a good point.
Like, look, I can live in Shangri-La and visit home occasionally, and sometimes I'd be like, I want to go back home. But he seemed like at first he didn't know that. It was either he didn't know it was going to be restrictive or he didn't care because it was going to be so on point.
Right. I see. So I'll say to that, I agree with you. I think that's a good point. He would have left him out. But clearly he's made some sort of mistake, and he never makes mistakes. That's like his thing. So he must have made a mistake, an overlook or a miscalculation that he's in this place when he thought there would be a utopia. So I wonder if it's self-involved.
Let me push back on you that he never made a mistake.
It's not bad.
If he had the squid come and got Redford elected and things didn't go the way he planned, we see that he can make mistakes. Because I think that's the biggest thing.
Unless that's where him getting into prison stemmed from that somehow.
I couldn't tell you. What if Redford put him in there?
Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
What if Redford put him in there?
Yeah.
I'd be mad as hell. I'm getting that SOB. I'm killing him.
Like he sells them on like, hey, you just build up the world and then we'll swap worlds.
Yeah.
I got you, Ronald Reagan.
In. It's like Putin with Trump. I got you in.
And you a dictator? I mean, you've been the president for 30 years.
Another question for you guys. How good or evil is Lady True?
We don't know because also going into
There's a lot of hints of both.
Going into those files, those extra files you want to read, she gave all the residents of Tulsa HD TVs, right?
What files it is?
It's called the Perry Files. It's on HBO.com. I thought I put a link up in the text message. I'll send it to you again. So she bought everybody HD TVs, right? Also, what we learned at an episode...
Something coming through on them TVs, believe that.
There you go. Remember, after we saw in episode 6, the Cyclops was using film to hypnotize people. Mesmerize people. So
How the chief captain died.
There you go. So now you have this tower. She's giving these monitors to everybody in town. And also, too, let's not forget, you have the Cyclops. They're planning something, trying to steal Dr. Manhattan to get his powers.
By the way.
And they want to use his powers. So to answer your question, Ryan, we don't know where Lady True is going. I have a feeling she's on the right side of things.
But she did say she's trying to save humanity. That's another thing I was right about, by the way.
She's doing the same thing. He thought he was on the right side of things.
Right. Creating a utopia.
He would do something bad to get it done.
So maybe she's going to do it
without sacrifice. Yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm. So maybe she's thinking like, oh, my dad did it wrong. I'm going to do it right. I'm giving people babies. I give people these TVs. Maybe I'm going to set it up where everybody's good.
No one's going to die this time.
Yeah. Possibly.
That's another thing I was right about, though.
What's up? What's that?
Remember with Cyclops? I said it wasn't Tulsa. They were trying to go global.
Yeah. You did call it.
They're trying to go global. With the... Do you think that goes anywhere? Because obviously... They have their plan.
Absolutely, it has to.
It has to.
It has to for the show.
Not gonna
but the other side knows their plan too.
Yeah, but remember when the preview.
Who on the other side know?
Sister Knight knows the plan.
Yeah, but think about this.
How she know they plan?
Lady True told him.
Broke his head open.
No. Lady True told.
That's what I'm saying.
Sister Knight, and then she brought Dr. Manhattan.
That's why she goes home and breaks his head open. She's like, we in trouble.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Wait,
did I miss this? Hold on. So you saying Lady True told Sister Knight
what the Cavalry's plan
was plan? Okay,
that's what she says. That's how I'm here to save humanity. This is how I'm here to save humanity.
That's why she ran to the crib like, baby.
And that's why she was like, you didn't ask me who.
But this is the thing, and she said it twice. She's like, hey, you still didn't ask who. But that's why I went back to the amnesia thing when I was like, when she said, I know about amnesia. I ain't never seen no complete amnesia. I was like, oh, she said Cal is a lie. That's what she was saying.
Yeah.
She was saying Cal was, because Cal had complete amnesia. So she wouldn't point it out if she wasn't pointing it out to him.
Right.
And factor back to what you were saying to Agent Blake, everyone keeps talking about Cal and how attractive he is and how much, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't keep that blue energy even if it's under that caramel dark skin from radiating through. But no, this is the thing too, to answer your question, as far as how do we know, where what you were kind of implying was, could Angela or Sister Knight stop this? No, because during the preview for the next episode, Cal / Dr. Manhattan is saying to her, I told you wouldn't be able to save me. Like, when you look at the preview, he's talking to her as they're walking in the house, and he's like, I know you were going to try, but I told you weren't going to be able to save me. So Dr. Manhattan saw this. So and remember, she even said, you knew that this was going to come. You did this so that we would have time together.
So this was interesting then. Basically, Dr. Manhattan, because I believe the next episode is called A Guy Walks Into a Bar. And shout out to Lawrence Holmes. He was like, man, they've been telling us all the time. A guy walks into a bar. There you go. Cal A-bar.
Sexy.
But I will say this, though. Dr. Manhattan is basically a god. He can take out everybody just like that.
Oh, he doesn't have his full powers. Or they got something that...
Or the other thing is, Dr. Manhattan is extremely reasonable, like Adrian. You can convince him of things.
Great point. That's what happened with the Rorschach in the movie.
Yeah.
Remember, he was like, Dr. Manhattan...
He was about to stop it,
right.
and then he's like, whoa, this is a good plan.
This makes a lot of sense.
So,
how somebody keep hitting you with common sense? You're like, damn it, you got me. Kill myself? Okay, I'll do it.
I'm trying to think what else. So the other thing, Looking Glass is apparently on the run. We think.
Did somebody save him?
Or is he captured?
Did somebody save him?
Or is he
Or
captured?
is he partnered up with somebody? Or you said what's the last name?
Or is he captured?
I don't think he's captured.
He ain't captured.
No. You know
He
what?
ain't captured.
He ain't captured. I don't think. I don't know. You could be right if someone saved him. They told us what happened. He took a Horseshack mask.
Yes.
Because
Yes,
they
he
said
did.
one of the guys didn't have a mask
Yes.
on.
Yeah. The last guy didn't have a mask on.
Yeah, so he took a Horseshack mask.
And if you notice at the end of the episode, two guys on Horseshack masks are looking at Cal and Angela's house. Maybe one of them could be Looking Glass.
Good point.
Ooh.
Good point.
That is a good point.
Yeah, so maybe he got away. It's like, hey, we need to go ahead and get out. Now, there's a question though: who's the other person?
So the senator, in your guys' mind, is going to walk through with his plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Whoa. It depends. Well, this whole plan is contingent on him.
They're going to kill Dr. Yeah.
Capturing Dr. Manhattan and stealing his powers. Now,
Killing him in the process.
Now, in a very comic book way, it can go two ways. And it's either one way or left or right. Either they stop the ingenious plan and stop the sinister people from getting it, or TV-wise, he do it and that leads into the next season.
Yeah, so it's going to lead into the next season. But this is the third part. They do it, they kill him, and it's a comic book. He comes back later on. Dr. Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, let's just say at the end of the year, the last episode, they kill him, right? They would not have this show where Dr. Manhattan's not going to come back and we only got an episode and a half of him.
Probably not.
It probably wouldn't. Because, I mean, like, look at this show now. At least it's probably going further than that. It's at least going 3 years. Probably get to season 5. This is more about what they want to do. Yeah. And they got a lot of people in this cast, too. They do. As far as getting, because if you look at Westworld, I think part of the thing, and of course you want to take time to make sure they have a great script, but when you have so many name brand actors and actresses, it's hard to get everyone on that same schedule like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
the way they're looking at it right now, this show, boy, they probably signing me back up.
Got a lot of HBO actors in this show. I like that.
A lot of actors from Leftovers, which I've never seen.
Hooded Justice. He's from The Leftovers. The actor that plays him.
Yeah.
And then the white guy that he kills, True Detective.
Yeah. A lot of Leftovers.
The main. Have you guys seen that?
What?
True Detective?
Yeah. Season 1?
Season 1, yeah.
Season 1? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I saw season 1. Yeah.
And a little bit of season 2?
I don't care about the other season.
I watched it. I think I watched the whole entire thing of season 2. I think I did.
That's it. That first one, boy.
That first one.
First
was tasty.
one is where it's at.
The first one was tasty. I didn't watch the last one. I heard the last one was pretty good.
The serial killer. That's the guy that he kills.
Okay. All right. So, anything? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did have another one.
Okay, go ahead. Because I had one too.
You want to go?
I was going to say the scenario where Judge's wife with the old school trap door.
Oh yeah.
Listen, what's so Screen should got her ass up.
That's the thing though. She old now. She ain't as springy.
Man, listen,
She ain't smart. She ain't smart. She ain't smart.
Dip down on you one time. Ding, ding, ding. You be like, what?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I need to pull myself up right quick. What are you doing?
At least roll off.
But that was for full TV. That was full TV for the laugh, whatever like that. But
maybe she wanted to get caught.
But this is the thing though.
Good one.
But also
knowing
too,
her, that's a good one.
But also too, yeah, because she kept saying, "I don't care what you do." But
and her character back in
just trying to
when
get
she was a superhero,
yeah,
she would do that kind of shit all the
and
time.
all she says is like she also said this too, like I've heard and seen all this all the time. I don't care. I've seen stuff like this before, but it begs the question. Now we know Judge's wife is in on the Cyclops, so does that spell true? What Lou Gossett Jr., Hooded Justice, knew about Judge? I knew you were Cyclops.
No, but we know that. I think the debate that we had before,
but Judge Don Johnson was basically saying like, "Hey man, listen, I just had that KKK role because of my heritage. I ain't messing with them." That's what he said.
I don't think he was being.
He also has the photo.
I don't think he was being totally truthful
his grandfather.
To Louis Gossett Jr. because one, he didn't know who he was. I think if he knew he was Hooded Justice, he would have been more forthcoming. I think he was just saying,
really?
Yeah, I think he would have known he couldn't lie. It's somebody that's in the bit, like in that realm, but a black guy in a wheelchair. I'm trying to help you blacks. I mean, that's basically what he said in the manner. So I don't think, but I still think this. Don Johnson, he seemed like, and this was what I said at the beginning, he seemed like he was getting in trouble. He kept saying, "It's my funeral."
Yes.
All right. Now, maybe that foreshadowing was just it was just hearsay, and it was more about what Louis Gossett was going to do to him, and that's what they were foreshadowing. I think he was an evil person that had done good things at some point. I do. And I think that's what he was saying. Like, I'm not as bad. He may have viewed himself as being better than who he actually was as a person, but I think he wasn't as villainous full time and thought he had made some type of concessions to people of color.
So you saying this old lady is going renegade?
No, I'm not even saying it could be that. I didn't think about it like that. I don't know.
I think they're two peas in a pod.
I'm in agreement with you, but he could have been better than her. You know what I'm saying? And she may have not known in some way the depths of some of the other stuff he was trying to do to hinder what the 7th Cavalry was doing. And listen, that's just me prognosticating.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I think there's something to, even when you just said that about Lady True, that it's gray more than it's just black and white. Now, you may be more dark gray than a light gray,
right?
But I think Don Johnson may be a dark gray character. I could be wrong though.
My last thing I was wondering, and we probably kind of know maybe because we talked about this on the flip, that the Owl Man, he is locked away.
He's in jail.
Night Owl, yeah, he's in jail. Yeah.
Is there any shot that the whole Watchmen group minus Rorschach all meet up? Are we getting that scene of them all together?
Comedian's dead. Rorschach's dead. Night Owl was the only one.
Yeah, who's alive? I'm saying in this.
It might just be Night Owl, and I think they might say Night Owl to next season. You already got Silk Spectre. You have Night Owl. Who else is it? Oh, Adrian. That's it.
You lost Rorschach, Dr. Manhattan. You're getting Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan. Yeah.
And then you lost Rorschach, and then you said
Hooded Justice. I mean, Hooded Justice was his original. He was part of Minutemen. He's Minutemen.
Well, I think we're going to get more Hooded Justice too. We're going to get some flashbacks.
Okay, I was about to say, because I don't know if Louis Gossip can give you the good old 1-2.
Wait a minute.
Roll me over there.
So I think we talked about this before, but I don't know what we mentioned on the show. So we know that Hooded Justice is pretty old. Louis Gossett Jr. is really old. He's over 100 years old. At the end of episode 4, or it was episode 3, he stood up out of the wheelchair.
And he was standing with Lady True.
He's standing with Lady True, who can clone people. And also who is we see could do something with making people young to go old.
But also remember this.
Are we going to get a young Hooded Justice? Or is he going backwards? Are we getting a Benjamin Button with Hood Justice?
Well, I will say this to what
Hooded
you just
Justice.
say.
I call him Hood Justice.
I wouldn't say it's a Benjamin Button. I would say, one, is he a clone? I'm going off of what you just meant. Is he a clone? So he's not as old as what he would be. But when you just sparked something in my mind, going back to Lady True and her mother, he could be a clone, but she dated him with all the memories of his former self. So he knows everything, just like she's doing with her mother, because she was like, you could clone someone, but if you don't give them those life lessons and memory, they're not that person.
So maybe he's a clone.
He could be a clone.
You know, the other thing I was wondering, because when we see Hooded Justice, he's doing justice, but it's not superhero like, right? He's murdering and destroying all these people, rightfully so, but it's not what a superhero does. I wonder if his plan is to try to kind of make things right, because we always see him in the mirror with how he's alone and his family left him. If this is a chance with Sister Night to try to become the superhero at the end and do something to kind of like
redeem himself,
get back in the redemption.
It could be. I mean, but you start off by hanging a man. I don't know. I think there's something to what
I'd be kind of scarred too.
I think there'd be something to what you're saying though, because what is the key to Angela? I think is what we're kind of saying in this. Like, clearly she's the key.
Because, of something.
Yeah, because he wouldn't be involving her and trying to do all this with his granddaughter.
Right.
Why is she so important? But then,
and everyone keeps trying to push Angela in a certain direction.
He could be 1 or 2 steps ahead of everybody.
No, he is 1 to 2 steps ahead of everybody.
But the senator's pushing Angela. He's pushing Angela. Dr. Manhattan obviously had this plan before pushing Angela. Like, Angela's getting pushed into
she's
places.
Definitely a focal point.
Lady True is pushing her.
This is at least my last one. Do we think there has do we think Hooded Justice sexuality has anything to do with the storyline? This is my question. This is the reason why I bring it up. So I was talking to somebody and it was like, man, why do you have to make him gay?
Well, he's technically bisexual.
Bisexual, yes. He's technically bisexual.
Well, he might have been just an in the closet gay.
And the young girl could have been of a beard for him. Well, he had. I mean,
Like, just
we talking about
staying in the closet.
1940,
Right.
a black man being gay, let alone like a man being
cover,
gay.
but
The reason why I asked this is
he
because
impregnated her, so it wasn't just a one-off.
right. The reason why I asked is because everything in this show means something. Every scene in this show means something. We start off with the Men to Men episode where the first scene we see him is actually hopping into the grocery store, saving the people in there from robbers, but actually it was the other way around. He was jumping out of the window because he went in to fight the KKK, the Cyclops, whatever like that, right? The second scene we saw him in, he was having sex with Captain Metropolis, right? Third scene we seen him in, he was being interrogated. And the investigators were saying, hey, we know you have some pictures with your boyfriend. Also, they brought up J. Edgar Hoover. I wonder
That was the fake ones, right? With the fake Hooded
Fake what?
Justice?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is the TV show. Everything has been a TV show because.
But think about why they're doing that too.
Well, let me finish my theory.
Rock.
Let me finish my theory. So the reason why I'm saying it probably has something to do with it is because, hey, like I said before, everything means something in this show. So I wonder if he was outed because no one knew who he was, let alone everybody thought that he was a white man.
He disappeared. The cop disappeared too. Remember when she went to the bio place to find out that the 21andMe spot, if she found out he was her grandfather, they said that after a certain period of time, they said he was a cop, that he disappeared.
Right.
Yeah.
So but this is what I was
Yes.
This is what I was going to say. I was going to say perhaps they did it to discredit him.
I was gonna say he was outed, and maybe that's why he.
But I think we're
we're on the same plane. Then. Okay.
Because why would the Hooded Justice? Because even look like this, his sexuality hasn't been a big time storyline from what we know of Louis Gossett Jr.
Right.
We've only seen him one time have sex. We knew that the white guy that they had portraying him on the TV show.
But everyone must knew that he was gay.
That's what I'm saying. But that's the point. I was going to say this. Someone may have known
bisexual.
Someone may have known he was black. And at that point in time, back in the 20s or 40s.
Why would they do that for the TV show then? The TV show character is white. Unless they're trying to whitewash it.
Yeah, but I'm saying to totally discredit Louis Gossett Jr. from using that mantle by being like, one, he's a white guy and he's a gay white. Again, that's not us
Black
saying
guy.
this. I'm saying as far as they're tearing down the mantle of the first hooded person, a hooded superhero in their days.
Because remember when Laurie was talking to Judge's wife, he was like, "Man, come to find out, Hooded Justice was actually a black man." And he was like, and she was like, "Oh man, good thing we've come so far."
Yeah,
And
but listen,
then she pulled out the trap door like,
and you think
bump those blackies.
You think she didn't know that?
Click, click, click.
You think she
bump
really,
him again?
You think she really didn't know that? This is my thing.
You think that she knew that Hooded Justice was black?
I think there's people that know stuff.
I don't know.
This is my thought though. You want to talk about a sexuality? I can tell you about a sexuality. It's called life. What's a 7-year-old little boy that's in a Tulsa burned to asunder with a daughter supposed to do but sell his butt?
Oh, there you go, selling it. Everybody out there selling their booty.
I'm being.
He could just be bisexual.
I'm being facetious.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But I'm actually being like, what was a little boy with someone to feed? Suppose like he
had nothing.
What does he have?
Him and that little girl literally had nothing.
He has not like I'm serious.
Unless he went to another good black hole.
He gets a paper. Yeah, but we never see that they go to something. Now again, it can happen come further down. It seems like they've been on their own.
Yeah, how did they even get to New York?
That's so I'm saying my point. He's going to do. I'm not saying like his primary job was selling ass. I'm saying don't laugh. I'm saying that.
Oh God!
I'm saying that at that time, maybe they had the child work laws that came about after the Depression, but he's going to be working at a grocery store, delivering something. He's going to be hustling and doing whatever he can do,
sharecropping
to take care of her.
Well, maybe that's why they go to New York. Maybe he has some family out there, and that's going to be later revealed or something like that.
Maybe.
I mean, the only thing he had on him was that little letter that said, "Take care of watch over this boy."
Studio 54 was coming. He was just getting ready.
Jeez, look at what I done started with this guy.
Boogie, oogie, oogie.
With this guy.
Hooded Justice up in there dancing, popping Quaaludes. Boogie, oogie, oogie.
But I think
swinging the rope around.
I think he got out of some kind of way.
Maybe Metropolis.
Somebody.
Betrayal.
Yeah. Listen, a lot of people had a lot of different takes on the relationship with Captain Metropolis and Hood of Justice. Episode 6, like I said before, that was my favorite episode.
Well, what I liked about it,
Metropolis probably wrote till he was about 7 years old and dropped that tell-all on that ass.
Hood of Justice is gay. I'm his lover. You see what happened with Lando
Calrissian.
Yeah, it was Billy Ocean. Billy D. Williams came out as gender fluid.
I heard somebody discount that and said he was just playing to what these people like nowadays.
Oh.
I don't know.
Could be.
That's that man's life.
Anything else? You got anything else?
I said it to Tony when he was trying to diss him.
Oh.
You got to understand, with the type of sex appeal that Billy D had, you couldn't stop. You had to beat everybody off that man with a bat.
Oh my! You got any other Watchmen points?
No.
Can't think of anything else, Ryan?
No, I want to see the flashbacks.
I think this next episode is all current time, no flashbacks, no more. We're done with the flashbacks.
I think Hood of Justice is coming.
What flashbacks? Oh yeah. Vietnam. I'm sorry, Vietnam. Yeah. But it might be small.
And he got like a little
Looking
he got
Glass.
like a goatee or something, like a little beard, a little.
How you seeing all this?
They show it on the thing.
Where? He had the mask on.
No, he puts the mask on. His chin is poking out. He got what's the name?
Little stubble?
No, it's more than stubble. He got, but it's
little goatee.
It's a little goatee right at the bottom. Okay. They want to let you know he was being black. Like, it's actually Kyle playing him. You could tell from that.
And we're going to see Rorschach. Looking Glass. That's my theory. He's going to become a Rorschach.
I'm with you on that.
So he's going to become Rorschach. So if he's going to become Rorschach, he's going to be part of 7 Cavalry?
Yeah, he'll be doing it as infiltrating them to do the right thing. Because remember, we already know our thoughts was he's going to rehabilitate.
He reminds me
he's a mold for the
of Rorschach a lot. I wonder if he's going to kind of take up that mantle.
It's his character is legit a carbon copy.
I think that this season could end with the new Minutemen, with the new group.
Watchmen and Minutemen.
Watchmen, Minutemen, whatever they call themselves.
You gotta have a cliffhanger.
But don't they call themselves Minutemen even though it's called Watchmen?
No, Minutemen were before the Watchmen.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were
I
called
wasn't
Watchmen.
sure if the next round of Minutemen was called Watchmen.
No. I mean, listen. This season has to end on a cliffhanger.
Of course.
Somebody has to die. Something has to happen.
It's like Ned getting his head cut off.
Don't say that. There's already too many cliffhangers.
It's got to be.
Well, it's got to be a cliffhanger.
It has to be.
We can't. I don't want to even acknowledge
They're
it.
not going to end when it's just like, okay. Like, no.
Or at least it might do a okay, and then the next scene might be like the new big baddie or something else is getting cooked up. It's like, oh man, and Sister Night got to worry about this one.
Evil Dr. Manhattan.
Here's a question: do you think anyone's going to die? Any big characters going to die this season?
It's a good chance.
I think Lori might die.
Somebody's got to.
I think Lori might die.
I think Angela could die.
No, Virginia King got to come back.
They're not going to pull a Game of Thrones on us.
It just depends.
That would be hard.
It depends where the story goes. I don't think it's going to stay in Tulsa. Is she done after Tulsa?
Listen, I'll tell you this much, sir.
I would. You know what?
If they kill Regina King, I will stop watching this show.
Wow,
that would be that would be a.
She is a staple in the black home since the 80s on 227.
That would be a Ned Stark though. That would be something.
That would be too much. Like, we don't Game of Thrones.
We don't need that.
That was Game of Thrones card. You don't play Game of Thrones.
Yeah, this guy is more so a lost guy. So you never know what's going to happen.
HBO's been killing big time characters long before Game of Thrones.
They have.
Yeah, but not like that.
Not like that.
Not like
that.
Not in the first season where we thought, okay, what?
He got his head cut off?
Wait, how did...
They're dropping squids.
People were still like, are they going to bring him back?
Yeah.
Like, that's how it was like, they going to bring him back, right?
They're dropping squids from the sky. Anything can happen.
Somebody's going to... I think a big character is going to die. I don't know who, but somebody's going to die. I think it could be one of the original Watchmen.
It could be.
So it could be Asian.
Shack.
It could be a Looking Glass?
Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
Also, remember, he has to redeem himself. Your point was when we were saying was he one of the guys that's coming to the? He's going to.
He had to redeem himself to Regina King.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
to Angela,
but that may be sacrificing himself.
Maybe.
All right, so Ken's saying Looking Glass. I'm saying possibly Looking Glass. I'm saying it's either going to be possibly Adrian or Laurie, one of the original Watchmen. I think
we know Dr. Manhattan is supposed to die.
You can't kill off Dr. Manhattan. He's a god.
He'll guess because he's a guy, he can come back to life. So you can kill him.
I don't think he's going to kill him.
I think it's Laurie or Angela. If you put me.
We got 2 more episodes. This is probably, as I kicked off the segment before, I mean, it's only been 7 episodes, but we could probably say this is probably the greatest comic book based TV show of all time. Only thing you got to really challenge is probably be Daredevil, Jessica Jones.
The Boys.
The Boys is up there too, but The Boys ain't this.
I don't think The Boys is this.
The Boys ain't this. Oh, you got something else?
Yeah, what you got there?
I mean, the rest of them joints is trash.
You ain't like Jessica Jones and Daredevil?
I never watched Jessica Jones.
Oh man,
Daredevil
first couple
was great.
seasons of those was great.
Yeah, all them with them little budgets looking like 70s Spider-Man.
No, they did not.
Screen
No,
eye.
they did not.
Dog, they couldn't even get Daredevil's uniform in that bad boy. They was like, no.
Oh, you think what's better? What do you think is possibly better?
No. I think
You think this is it?
I think I have to see. I will put this over The Boys, but I have to see
Finale dependent.
Thank you, sir.
The finale for The Boys was
That's
great.
what I'm saying. Like, I have to see the finale
Yeah.
before I clear cut, or else I will put it slightly over The Boys. Right now, I have it over, but the finale of The Boys made it to where I was like, I love Homelander.
Yeah.
Right? I was like,
Yeah.
I love him. He's my favorite villain. Like, he's my favorite character. So that's something for me. Like, I never like crush on villains often.
Yeah.
Like, I crush on Homelander.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm with you, but still, if they screw up the finale, then I'm not going to just have it clear cut over The Boys.
The way it's going right now, every episode of Watchmen is gotten better.
It
and
totally
better
is. It totally
and
is.
better and better. Besides episode 1, I think episode 6 is my favorite. Ryan, you said this past episode's now your favorite?
Yeah, I like
first
that.
you saying episode 5.
Episode 7 is my favorite.
Episode 7
It's not even,
so far.
It's not even a question.
Oh,
7 is
episode
my
6
favorite.
was just
Episode 6 was great.
It was so
To
beautiful.
me, you know,
it was such a beautiful shot. It was just
It was great.
It was great.
I just something.
I'm always down for Nazi, but KKK
I
killing
think the
too.
thing I didn't like about 6 is you're just getting the one perspective. I like when you jump around
That's
to
what I
the
was gonna say.
storylines.
The myriad of characters that were in this one with the revelations. Something like Lady True is her deadpanness is so just great. She's killing that role or whatever.
I will say
she's
this.
like, yeah, you said this to me the last time you woke up.
Yeah.
Why was she strapped to an elephant?
I was just about to say that when she walked in and saw that elephant. But yeah, because they had the memory.
That's how.
Yeah.
That's how strong them drugs are.
Yeah.
you need something that big to flush that ish out of you.
Yeah.
That's how potent those. She took a whole bottle of them joints.
Bring in the elephant.
We need the biggest mammal we got. You can get. But I'm with you. Of course, the elephants' memories are what they were known for.
Yeah.
That was always.
And they're able to withhold a lot of, you know.
like that
they're
was
just huge animals.
Yeah, it's a huge animal. We can't get no whale in
When
here.
she brushed up that door in that elephant, I'm like, what in the hell am I watching?
I love stuff like that.
Elephant? Did you think? Everybody thought it was going to be a granddaddy. It was an elephant.
X-Files Lost ish right there.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, I do like that stuff.
Yeah, where it's like I wasn't thinking. I was kind of like I didn't know if her
Elephant in the room.
That's something like that. I didn't know if her grandfather was in there, but also that was how poetic it was. The elephant in the room. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
She walked in there and she was like, what the hell?
There's a damn elephant in the room.
Elephant.
Pumping me full of this elephant
And
lust.
she popped it off. She fell right out. Oh, Jesus, Dumbo. And she fell right back out. And her grandmother died right behind
right behind the car.
the taxi. I'm taking you home, baby.
She wouldn't have met Dr. Manhattan without that happening.
Great point. That's what I thought too.
So
I thought who killed her? I thought who killed her grandma.
Who killed her? You know, she had a heart attack.
No.
You think somebody killed her
Everything
grandma?
happens for a reason. And he just said it because I thought, remember, she was taking him.
You ain't calling Dr. Manhattan a perv, are you?
No, I'm not even knowing it's him.
Well, he is naked a lot.
Then again, I could be.
Hey, young black girl, I like you. Your grandmother
listen,
can't take you.
I could be going conspiracy
Nah,
theories
bitch.
right here. But I thought so to go along with what Ryan was saying. Everything had to be set up. There's a reason, like she's in Vietnam. Everything's set up for her to meet Dr. Manhattan.
And be a cop.
Yeah, her grandma.
So we think she never left? She never left Vietnam?
She
No,
can't.
she did with Manhattan. That's when she left.
No. So we're saying that she never left.
No, she never left.
She never left.
No,
She didn't get back home.
How
was she gonna get?
Who was at home? She was an orphan.
Yeah, that's right. I guess so.
The orphans that be flying around.
Yeah. You got this plane ticket, girl. You gotta use
she
this
was
plane
going to take
ticket.
me home, so can I still go?
Exactly.
Weekend at Bernie's. Hey, listen, she said we was going back to Tulsa, so she never left.
No,
All
she
right.
never left until she said, until her and Cal. She had a job. They had a cop job in Tulsa. That's when they left Vietnam.
And you think the brother's playing Dr. Manhattan?
He's playing, dude. We can pull the thing up right here. They show you his chin, dude. Let's end the show, then we pull it up.
Okay.
Come on, run it.
All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at D and Davis Show. Once again, it's at D and Davis Show. Facebook.com/D and Davis Show. iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Music, Stitcher, the TuneIn app, or Anchor, will kick you over to Spotify and the YouTube. I'm on Twitter at Demons1. King's on Twitter at That's Davis, SIG and Twitter. And Ryan on Twitter is Ryan B. Ski. And on IG, he's Ryan B. Ski #1.
Because he only skeets once on.
Oh, ski.
That's why you took that B ski, right? Because Lil Jon?
No.
Okay. I feel like it's a little nasty sock from you 15 years ago somewhere.
my
just
goodness.
hard. Just nasty. You nasty. I'm joking.
Nasty.
Are you having a moment over there?
One quick shout out to the work Ryan did with putting together our guests for the score.
Producing wherever he's at, man.
Definitely.
Super producer.
Everybody that's been rocking with us, not rocking with us. Everyone that's been down with us and spending time with us, we appreciate it.
Yes.
Everyone that's helped us, we appreciate it also. Yeah. So definitely continue to listen to us. If you have any suggestions, let us know. If you have some stuff that you want us to talk about, please let us know. And last but not least, don't do anything stupid before you hear from us Monday.
Keep your hands to yourself.